And welcome to this retro content from Throwback Thursdays, whether it's from NoDQ.com, the Jeff Meacham Network, Casa D18 Studios itself, A Simple Man's Brand, or the J. Hebert Studios, and anything to do with FTW Productions. This will be the content re-aired right here on Throwback Thursdays that you could expect to see on the Casa channel. I know watching back some of our old content, whether it's the open mic night intro where I'm laid on my bed, which I kind of cringe at, especially with this cool-ass setup now, or whether it's, just about anything to do with what we have done on FTW Productions, from A Simple Man's Brand, from the J. Hebert Studios, to even some Insanity Works and Retro Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated stuff. There's some good stuff, there's some cringe stuff, and either way, I hope you guys enjoy that stuff coming up, and, even if you didn't enjoy it, I'll be along with you for the ride. Some of the stuff does not age well, like Jeff's content does. I know he has done a deep dive on his own content and cringed at his own self, but either way, I hope you enjoy it regardless. I know in some of these clips, I have a fondness to them. So with that being said, enjoy this Throwback Thursday, and until next time, we'll see you on the J. Hebert side.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Button Master Stable Wars entire playlist. AEW Revolution Go Home Week, Dynamite and Rampage watch parties. Mistress Audio dramatic readings featuring voice actors from Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Elimination Chamber retrospective. All WrestleMania themed retros by Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Let's Play series, WrestleMania 19 Revenge Mode Let's Play series, all of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels, both episodes of The Don DeMarco Show, AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week, the entirety of the NASCAR Thunder 2004 Let's Play series, past and upcoming Jeff Meacham Network watch-along coverage, FTW Productions watch party for WrestleMania Go Home Raw, A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Casa D18 Studios, Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting, Episode 3 coming soon, breaking news, ATW View Impromptu, WYW Intro and Immortal Stream, Wrestling with Idiocy Episode 7, our favorite WrestleMania matches. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from J. Hebert Studios.
The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts Underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indy Force.
Indy Force! Assemble! That says, I love it when a plan comes together.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Indy Force right here on YouTube.com, a podcast for weebs, nerds, and dorks of fortune. I'm your host, James Hebert. You got the rest of the gang here. I didn't really have to introduce
But no
myself.
Karens. We don't allow Karens on this chat.
We got an intro now, so I don't need to introduce myself ever again.
Speaking of which, before we get into the topics, has anybody actually heard about that thing going on right now? With the feminist fucking occupation against the word Karen?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, okay, so now Karen is considered the N-word for women.
That is a fact, James.
Are you kidding me?
I don't even know. It's a person's name. Okay, listen, I'm going to be honest.
What's his name? I know plenty of people named Karen.
When do you, and I know you're going to be able to censor this out, who names their kid?
H.P. Lovecraft did for his cat.
His name was because he was a black
It
cat.
still had it.
Yeah, but that's a
This
cat,
is
not a
very
human
true.
being. That's not a human being. When do you sit there and go, this is my son? They're naming their kid, and then it goes all the way up to this point right now.
Yes. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna. Here's the deal. This week around, it's actually very, very wrestling heavy. So we're gonna get all the wrestling topics out of the way. Then we'll talk about everything else because holy shit, did a lot happen in wrestling this week. In both gaming, wrestling, and just wrestling in general. So obviously,
wrestling gaming, really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there right now and you are bored sitting at home and not know what to do, you can absolutely go on playemulator.com. I would recommend it as soon as you get the chance. It gives you a whole bunch of titles that you haven't been able to play or games that you wanted to play for a long time. Right now, I'm playing Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 Dojo, which has a cast of characters such as Tiger Mask, Jushin Thunder Liger, and of course, the Great Misawa and Kenta Kobashi.
So
if you want to play,
is that your recommended game of the week?
My recommended game of the week, ladies and gentlemen. I would recommend to you Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 Dojo. If you want your classic pro wrestling fucking gameplay, but with I guess you could say twist to it, this is the game I would recommend to you. Created by Aki, you know it's going to be fantastic because the movement, gameplay, and in general appearance of the game is fantastic. I give it out of all a score. It's a 9.5 out of 10. It just has one problem. The game isn't in fucking English.
So it's hard to understand.
Not even in Google.
It is. I'm actually getting to the point where I'm actually starting to read the kanji. And I'm starting to understand the language. And I'm like, do I have to play Japanese weeb games to understand fucking...
Get the notes out. Let's go.
Somebody call Kyle Weaver. We found another one.
Mom! Get the Vagisil. I'm going in.
Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Let's start off today's topic. So AEW, obviously, AEW has been, doing their TNT tournament. So we're gonna go over that. We're pretty much gonna do a quick review of last week's show, which would have been the 22nd last week, because by this point we're recording on the 28th. In case you couldn't tell. So there you go.
For some of you out there, that might be a little bit important, but we'll get to that later.
I'm just gonna get up the thing so that way it just. I'll be honest with you guys. Doing a bunch of stuff at once, including school, you need to have your memory jogged a little bit.
Listen, James. Just do yourself a favor. Here's what you do. If you want to remember something, you masturbate. Every time you jerk it, you'll always remember what you were jerking it to.
So, AEW obviously had their show. This was kind of built around Cody and Dustin Rhodes, this particular episode, and the TNT tournament as a whole. And Darby Allin as well.
Are they fighting again, or are they tagging?
No,
they are in the tournament. They are in the tournament, but Dustin had a story going in that if he lost to Kip Sabian, he was gonna retire. I wonder where he got that from. And not that I care. Go ahead. And then, what was it? The Cody also had a story going in where he's like he had to himself as well in this tournament. He already kind of screwed himself. He even mentions it, which I like. They have an awesome video package to open up Dynamite, where Cody kind of references the fact that he kind of fucked himself out of the World Championship picture. So he's mentioning that he was an idiot, but he's changed since then, and he knows he makes mistakes. I like that instead of the WWE method where it's like, oh, he's the good guy, goody two-shoes, he can't do no wrong. He's admitting he made a mistake. So that was a very, very good change of pace, I would say. And Darby Allin had a very, very good match with Sammy Guevara to open up the show. As
Darby Allin's having good matches with everybody lately.
Yeah,
well, I mean, he's not a bad wrestler. That's the major thing.
Darby Allin, man, I'll be honest with you. And here's the thing. And I know this is typical of like, oh, they're gonna shit on WWE. Here it goes. Well, yes, I am. Fuck you. The reason why I'm bringing them up here is because you could tell with AEW and any WWE program, the difference is like night and day. the stars are still the stars, even with no crowd there.
True.
Even with no crowd there, you know what the people like. You give the people what they want, and you're able to watch it without kicking and screaming about a dumb booking decision.
Agreed.
Perfect example. Think back to Broken Matt Hardy and Chris Jericho a few weeks back.
That was brilliant. It was
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Y2J cussing out a fucking drone.
Yes. And that's the thing. And by the way, thanks, Mike, you fucking
Don't worry, Nikos. It's gonna be a meme in like a day and a half. Don't worry.
They're gonna meme the hell out of that now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Truly a hole of the ass.
When your girlfriend bends over for the first time in like about 2.5 months.
In 2.5 months, is that a bad thing? Is that what that? He's just disappointed. That's what that face is.
When the chicken is subpar at Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
That's every day. What the hell are you talking about?
Because you're not going to be able to recreate
everybody gives Chick-fil-A so much credit, but it's like Popeyes is better, bro.
Popeyes is way better.
And
don't get me wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was talking with heathens.
Dude.
Talking about.
Dude,
hey,
all right. Let's be real.
God's favorite chicken place?
Dude, Popeyes
the
is
same
fucking...
God Casey worships?
Yeah.
Hey, even I can admit. Now, granted, I will say I do like their breakfast sandwiches, but that's about all they got going for them.
Yeah, Popeyes is the best for me, dude.
Y'all are some heathens. I can't
Bro,
Listen,
have you actually had Popeyes?
Yes, and it's terrible.
What about the Cajun fries, though?
Okay,
they can.
You can't fight that. That shit.
Can't fight the Cajun fries.
What do you representation of their sandwiches look like? Your hopes and dreams just shat on.
Oh, agreed. But that's why you buy chicken. You go to Chick-fil-A if you want a well-prepared fucking sandwich that makes you want to kill yourself halfway through eating it. You go to Popeyes if you want a meal that tastes good.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is, man, but I don't hate Chick-fil-A. It's not terrible. I would eat a Chick-fil-A.
That is a fact. It's not terrible because the moment you walk in, people greet you like you're a king.
Yes, I agree.
Then you sit there and you go, but wait, I'm eating at Chick-fil-A.
And then you go, wait a minute. I'm not Jesus. What the hell are these people on about?
Very good, but
Sean McMillan.
We should get him in on one of these days.
I like the food at Popeyes better, man. I just do.
Fine, 2 weeks in a row.
Listen. We can all agree. Anything is better than bar food.
Yes.
You don't go to a bar to buy food.
Dude, I take Popeye's chicken over fucking Buffalo Wild Wings.
The only time I ever ordered food from a bar was soup. And that's pretty much it.
That is the most homeless response I've ever heard from you in my life.
I don't know, man. Pub pizza is pretty good.
Listen, okay, I know that we're completely off topic, but whatever. Fucking, who cares?
That's all we do. That's all we do is break topic.
But, okay. Hoopsies is good.
Yeah, I could go for Hoopsies.
That's a good bar. That's the bar that you go to when you're like, fuck it, I just got out of work about 10 minutes ago. I need to chill out. And it has okay food. I'm not sitting there going to fucking Hoopsies for food. I'm sitting there so I can down 2 shots of tequila and go underneath the counter and go, I'll take it.
I take back out a pizza and picture.
But anyway, so back to the AEW tournament.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Before we go any further with it, I was really moved by Sammy Guevara's promo of winning the tournament. However, in the week prior with the tag team match between Darby Allin, Cody, and Guevara and Jake Hager, if Sammy lost that fight, I'm sure he would have advanced, because the way this works is you need to win in order to lose one. That promo just kind of sets it up that, all right, he's going to lose because he already won 2 weeks prior. I'm sorry if I said 1 week prior. That was a different match. And plus, it was hinted that from the match 2 weeks prior, it was going to be a fight, like a reignition of the feud between Cody and Darby.
Yes.
Which they should, because
which is a spectacular feud.
Draw. So hopefully...
That's a great feud right now. It's one of AEW's better feuds going on right now. And
here's the other
thing. Doubt. Here's the other thing I want to point out. The way they built up this feud is very sports heavy. The way they did it, they did no bullshit tricks and ponies. Just two guys wanting to be the best and wanting to one up each other and wanting to advance in the tournament. That's all you need. That's all you really need. Like, they didn't overcomplicate shit. They didn't make like, oh, he went after my girlfriend, so I have to go for your girlfriend. No, none of that shit. It's just
I gotta go gadanga. You know what I mean? I gotta go ahead. That's some good meat. It's pretty good, you know. I mean, you know, it's what?
Now, now I'm just gonna do what I usually do and just give my highlights. The squash matches were entertaining for two various different reasons. The first one was that Kenny Omega actually got over a fucking dude from Atlanta, Georgia, and I really want that guy signed because he actually has a ton of potential.
Yeah.
I really like him. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was really, really awesome. Alan Angels, that's his name. Alan Angels was fucking great.
Chris Jericho kept pronouncing it as Alan Angle. Or no, Alan.
Why does that not surprise me? Why not?
Just go with it now.
Why not?
Fuck it. Just do it. Who cares?
Like Shakespeare said, fuck it.
I really like Alan mainly because he has a very different moveset compared to everybody else on the roster. I don't know what it is, but just his mannerisms, the way he carries himself, his actual repertoire, you can tell it's highly MMA based.
It said in the commentary he was like a professional wrestler for other independent companies, so obviously he's going to pack some punches and kicks. His moveset was going to be different from anyone else. It's likely that he would be signed.
Absolutely. I would sign him up. I would sign him up immediately.
I would like to see him versus MJF. I feel like that'd be a really good match.
That would be a natural feud. Yeah, the new rookie in town versus MJ. Absolutely, that would be a good program.
Actually, no, not with MJF, because unfortunately he suffered a painstakingly traumatic, horrible injury.
I fucking love MJF, man. He's such a good bad guy.
All he's got is a friggin' hangnail. Shut up.
But he's so good at selling it, though.
I know, but
no, you can give him
dude, I've been saying it for years. MJF is the Mark Young of AEW, and I love him for it.
Yeah, he's the best. He's honestly the best. I love his bad guy persona. It's honestly one of the best I've seen in years. Like, I never breaks character.
He's so good.
Also, he lives in Cape Cod, which is wild.
Wait, does he?
Yeah. He does.
He lives in Cape Cod.
Oh, speaking of wrestling people close to our home that none of us knew about, apparently, a friend of my family is cousins with Taylor Hendricks.
Yes. Yeah. I remember we talked about this. Next case, joking about like, hey, yo, I don't know what you guys did, but now they all want to bang Taylor Hendricks or something. It's like, we know she's married.
I'm good. Listen.
And he's got I was about to say, and he's got a relationship.
Listen, I'm good. I'm a pop of 40 and check my rollie, but I'm not going to be a part of this crime time.
Brooklyn.
Weymouth kids, we're coming for you. Weymouth kids, we're smoking the doobies too. Weymouth kids, we want to kill ourselves. We beat up a old man in the street because we're fucking assholes. Anyway,
Let's continue. Obviously, I hit another highlight for me was I mentioned there really wasn't much to the Brody Lee squash. He was just fucking brutal. I loved him.
He just got brutalized.
Yes. Scorpio Sky's video was fucking great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That may have been the best video as far as like they just you know what the thing I like about AEW? Scorpio Sky's video felt different. Cody's video felt different. The Dustin Rhodes's
It's called character development, as I've said before, A fights B because B is a heel. That goes.
Yeah. There is great character development here, as well as every video package feels different. Even the Dustin's voice message to Cody felt very, very different when he told him, if I lose to this guy, I will retire. So he gave him fair warning he would retire. I love the fact that Dustin advanced Archer. Archer, is going to advance again. Colt Cabana. I mean, it's just pretty much inevitable at this point. So the semifinals are pretty much set. That it's going to be Dustin and Archer, where Archer, I assume, is going to like put him into near retirement. And that's going to start them those two off with the program down the line. And then there's going to be Cody versus Archer after that. He's going to beat Darby just so that way he can get his hands on Archer. So there is. I like that they build the story. I like that everybody feels different.
Remind me real quick. Is Archer with the Inner Circle?
No, Archer is with Jake the Snake.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's a duo.
Jake got baked. The Snake Roberts.
No, he used to get baked, not baked.
No, Jake got drunk and fucked the skunk Roberts.
Jake got drunk and fucking
Drake.
Drake got Jake.
Drake got Jake.
Well, hey, Drake is usually pretty baked himself, so.
Agreed.
Very true. But anyway,
those of you out there who want to know which Drake I mean, chew on that one for yourselves.
Yeah, there's too many Drakes. Too many Drakes.
Anyway.
So yeah, there was no sameness to AEW. That's basically the point.
Which is important because you want individuality. You don't want the same repetitive bullshit every single week where everybody keeps going, all right, we get it. We get it.
So we should also talk about this. So I was actually going to vent about this on the rundown, but for whatever reason we haven't had a rundown in like weeks. So I don't know what.
Who cares, dude? He's too busy up in New Hampshire, fucking posting videos of horses.
Yes. Well, I don't know what's going on. Anyway.
That's why I've been watching the story on Facebook.
I was going to rant about Brody because for the first 3 weeks, like, it was funny the first week, but then they just kept mentioning it. This week, they finally strayed away from that. Where, like, before it was like Brody Lee was doing, like, skits basically shitting all over how Vince acts. And, like, we get it. Vince is an asshole. You don't have to keep reminding us. Now this week, it's completely different. He, a person who I believe, by the way, is EC3, and I'll get to that in a minute. There was actually a video going around on the internet that looked very suspicious to the very same one that was on this week's Dynamite. He ends up meeting with Brody after he writes on the Dark Order website, which, by the way, is a legitimate thing. So that's really awesome character continuity there.
The first thing I did was look up that site.
That was nuts. Real. Dude, it's real. It's nuts. Like, they are taking this whole thing serious. Like, even some of the goofy shit is just, like, even if people think it's goofy, you gotta admire the fact that they're even going that far to actually make a site for this.
You mean a site with a single video on it?
Yeah, well, no. Technically, it's literally just a site for recruitment.
Oh,
so
join the Dark Order.
Recruit people.
Join the Dark Order. What?
I think it's just joindarkorder.com, I believe.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what you do on it. Like if you register,
you literally could just
receive
write
notifications.
a thing and see what happens. I don't know if I might write some.
Listen, I'll do it right now, okay? I'm going to do it
No, don't do it
while
now.
we're on the show. No, fuck it. I'm going to write the information in there. Right, I'm doing it right now.
No. All right.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Doing it.
Anyway.
Well, if you're going to do it,
Dark Order.
if you're going to do it in the background while we do the show.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to do it while we're doing stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So
I'll be okay.
So now, Dark Order gets a new recruit. He ends up meeting Mr. Brody. So they're still keeping that aspect of his character where it's just a play on Mr. McMahon. But he's basically recruiting this mysterious individual who is EC3 to the Dark Order. So, yeah, now I bring up EC3. So EC3 has now since come out with a video, and he wears the same exact hoodie that this dude wore. Now, it very well could be Eric Rowan. I don't know, but I think it's EC3, especially after seeing the video that I saw. In fact, I'll just, you know what? I'll splice the clip here. You guys can judge it for yourselves. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, in the comments. But yeah, this guy shaved his entire head, has a goatee now, is working out to Jericho's music, Judas. So clearly he's AEW bound. So I think he only did that to tease he was joining the Inner Circle, but reality, I think he's going to Dark Order. The guy looked very similar in body type to EC3. So I think EC3 is the mystery Dark Order member, but if you watch the promo, I'm not even mad because that may have been one of EC3's best fucking promos, and he's been doing great promos for a lot ass time. So, I hope we see him wherever he decides to go in AEW.
And wherever we see him, I hope they decide to let him be a really vile heel.
They should. They should.
Because regardless
else,
regardless of what you can say what you will about TNA, especially up to about 2017, Ethan Carter III was the best heel TNA ever had.
100%. 100%. That was actually it. Like, and that, I'll even admit, like, because Mike and I stopped watching TNA because of obvious fucking reasons. But
yeah,
like, I remember showing Mike clips of like this dude. I remember showing clips of EC3's promo work, and I remember I used to hate his in-ring work, and now he's just gotten better with his in-ring work. And I'm like, he may suck in the ring, but this dude's gonna be a star just with his promo ability alone. Like, he's going to be a star. And the sad part is he was a star, just not in WWE. Honestly, like, I think his swan song really in WWE was like that one awesome ladder match he had with everybody else for the American title. So, yeah, let's hope he gets better treatment in AEW if he shows up. Obviously, we just mentioned the tournament news, so obviously we know who's going to be in the semifinals. The only match that has yet to happen is Colt Cabana versus Lance Archer. I assume Lance is going to win against Colt, so that way they can. Did. Did he already? I don't remember. I don't think
he did.
I think that's happening this week.
Well, no, last week they fought.
Oh, so he beat him already. Yep. So there you go. So the semifinals are set. I love that TNT is doing this. Like, they're putting their stamp of approval and having them have a network-based title on their show. I think that's fucking awesome. What is everybody else's thoughts on that before we actually...
Well, there we go. I am now a member of the Dark Order. Let's see what happens.
What did you write?
I just wrote my shit.
What'd you write?
I really hope they package you like one of their masks.
No, what I'm hoping is I get like I'll be sitting here, right, doing a podcast, and then all of a sudden a dark hand just starts looming over the corner and ready to choke me out. Then the light goes off.
It's just Brody Lee. Brody Lee comes out of fucking nowhere. But anyway,
welcome, my son.
So, wait.
I joined the Dark Order, Dad. It's because they keep calling my teddy bear gay.
So what is
That's funny.
So what does everybody think of this week's Dynamite if they watched it or at least watched clips of it?
I thought it was good. I thought it was an interesting scope on things.
I have not had the opportunity to watch anything from it, but from what I have been hearing, it sounds like AEW has a pretty clear game plan going forward. Do we care to give predictions on where we think this tournament's going to head?
I say wait for it. Honestly.
We kind of already did. I mean,
yeah, we did with the.
We did it with a coin flip. We're pretty sure Archer is winning the TNT Championship.
Probably, it wouldn't shock us.
Yeah. A good general rule of thumb for most wrestling companies is, and obviously there are exceptions to this, but good general rule of thumb to keep in mind is, if you're establishing a title, you're gonna want a good heel to kick it off.
I think the only time they had a good balance actually. Because Riho won the women's championship, the inaugural women's championship, and then they had Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian win the AEW tag titles to kind of start that lineage off. So, I would say it worked out pretty well. Like they kind of balanced their show out, which I like.
Well, for the most part, Riho's reign lasted way too long.
Yes.
It did.
And I'm not saying AEW is perfect by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
What?
Was any company truly perfect?
That's true.
Well, that's what I was going to say, but they at least make an effort to try to make do with what they have, and they don't try to shove an agenda that just won't work. Case in point, they ditched the Nightmare Collective.
Yep.
So, it's just like they listen. They listen to what works, what doesn't work. They're actually in tune with what the fans want, and they let the wrestlers become the stars. Not WWE method where it's like we got to create the stars, we have to create the gimmick. They don't need.
No, it should be. It should always around.
It should be natural, man.
And that's how wrestling should have always been and always will be. Now, granted, there are wrestlers in WWE that are themselves, but I guarantee you, and Punk said it best once, and I think he told Brody this, anything that you think could be better would be better anywhere else. So that should tell you all you need to know. And hey, maybe Punk should join AEW if that's how he really feels and stick it to WWE and Fox. Just saying. That being said, we actually got some breaking news. I think this article's been around for a while, but I just found this, and this is coming from the Overtime.com. AEW speculation. Could Tony Khan purchase the XFL?
If he does, I'm gonna fucking die laughing.
Dude, I'm not even gonna stunt. Here's the thing. I did not feel bad when the XFL went down. I felt bad for the people that were in the XFL as why it went down. I felt bad that it went down. It actually was doing really well in the ratings, and then this fucking COVID-19 shit happened and blew it up completely. Vince went to bankruptcy and sold everything because he basically said, I don't want to risk my assets because fuck everybody else. It's all about me. So I didn't feel bad for him in the slightest. I felt bad for the people that lost their jobs because of this asshole. So I'm going to read this and see where it goes. I hope that Khan's actually serious about this because I genuinely think that the guys that lost their jobs, I think they should actually be fucking properly compensated because that was bullshit.
By the way, that fucking message at the bottom of the join the Dark Order website, a little creepy.
Yeah.
It is specifically, it says, "It is done. There is no turning back now."
Yeah, I love that. That's funny. Anyway.
Great advertisement.
Anyway, so the article states for this has been a rough year for Vince McMahon. No shit. Not only has WWE stock been plummeting, but the coronavirus forced them to shut down their house shows and live events. As if crowdless televised events weren't bad enough, AEW proved that they can do it better. Don't fucking make that fucking argument. He was also forced to cancel the XFL's inaugural season after it showed tons of promise for being an alternative to the NFL during the offseason, which I admit is true. now after releasing roughly 40% of the WWE staff, including referees, wrestlers, writers, etc., and declaring bankruptcy for the XFL, McMahon is reportedly selling the XFL. Oh, this is okay. Okay. So he's not okay. So he himself is claiming bankruptcy for the XFL, but then he's selling it to somebody else so that way it can continue going. I think that's what that says.
No, what he's trying to do is back out. And he goes, fuck, I don't have the money to run the primary thing that makes me money. Oh, no.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, no.
Basically.
How long has McMahon been trying to build up the XFL? Like for years?
What, 2000?
He was literally working on this for 2 years, and now he has to sell it off to somebody else.
No, but when was the start of the XFL?
This
the original
year,
XFL,
2020.
The original XFL, I should say, easy for me to say, started in 2001. Went under after one season because wasn't good.
This was much better though. This attempt was way better.
He tried to bring it back. Announced it, I believe, in 2018.
Casey, I'm going to tell you how long the XFL lasted for. The original 2001 XFL.
Like 10 games.
Like 6 months or something.
Like
2 months.
2 months.
That was it.
This
April 21st.
Shorter, but this was not really of the fault of Vince McMahon. Although it is still at the fault that he tried to file for bankruptcy, and now I think he's trying to cover his ass by selling it.
Absolutely.
Fully going in bankrupt. But anyway, I digress. I'm not reading this. Given the state of things, it got a few people wondering if Tony Khan will purchase the XFL.
I hope not.
Why Tony? First, we love to throw out what-ifs when it comes to interesting speculations. All right, so this isn't actually a thing, but this is speculated. And second, it would make sense in a strange sort of way. The NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars are owned by his father, Shahid Khan, and the XFL is often mentioned along with the WWE. So having ties to AEW would make sense. It also keeps his father out of the NFL's owner doghouse to an extent for owning and operating another football league that has their teams in NFL cities. The NFL has a long-stated rule where owners couldn't practice cross-ownership, owning other sports teams in NFL cities because they'd compete with other NFL owners.
Well,
Hold on. But in 2018, that changed when NFL owners voted to allow cross-ownership.
Now, here's the other part of this. They're going to be doing a huge relocation shit.
They probably have to, yeah.
I mean, Vipers are going... The Tampa Bay
relocating to Jacksonville.
Well, the Tampa Bay Vipers are going to Orlando, and the New York Guardians are going to go to New Jersey.
Oh shit!
I never thought I'd say New Jersey might be a better option to live in than New York.
Oh, here we are.
With the current thing that's going on.
Yep.
So, they're thinking of trying to do a season in 2021, but let's be 100% honest. Especially when sponsorships just is like Gatorade or fucking backing out.
Yeah.
Well, no, they only backed out because Vince fucking claimed bankruptcy like a fucking idiot. That's the only reason they're backing out, is because
all he would have had to do
to still go on in 2021.
Now, all he would have had to do, which is what my plan would have been if I was under his shoes, is this. There goes Case.
Casey died again. God damn it.
No, there he is. He's back.
In any case, speaking of Case,
at least this time it only kicks me off the call and not makes me shut down my entire computer.
I know, right? You're fixing it, good sir. So, anyway.
Who would have thought using the web client was the answer all along?
Exactly. So, as soon as this is what I would have done in the crisis that's going on right now. Right. Shut down the games, make sure the stadiums are closed, but if you're going to do anything, create videos of them training at home.
I agree. I agree with that.
Have faith in it. That way you can have more of an idea. Coaches are actually still running plays with the...
And you would have made money doing that.
No, absolutely. You could have done a whole advertisement campaign this whole year leading up to the 2021 season. On top of the fact, merchandise sales. You want to sell it? You want to sell big chunks of money? Do merchandise selling. Here was the problem with the first XFL in 2001.
Now,
as soon as you see The Rock, Stone Cold, and The Undertaker appear in a fucking football event, you go, and it lost its legitimacy in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a whole different sport here.
Completely different sport. Now, however, with this situation that's going on with this, I really hope that Tony Khan backs away from this one. Back away. Don't even attempt to.
Well, all right. So let me read the rest of this, and then we'll go from here because it's relatively short. So if Shahid purchases the XFL, he wouldn't own a rival football team, but an entire league of 8 teams. If his son bought it, he'd still catch a lot of grief, but he wouldn't be the league owner. So his hands would be clean, though he may have to loan his son money, just depending on what Vince McMahon would be asking for. So basically, Shahid would have to fund it in some respect. New versus old guard. As of the rest of the article, pure speculation. No, I think it's just talking about.
Don't do it. Listen,
what they would do if Tony Khan actually purchased the XFL.
If Tony Khan is smart, he would either A, buy it and then rebrand it as something else,
right?
Or back away from the deal altogether.
I don't agree with that, because if he actually owned the League of 8 teams and NFL was going to be cross promoting anyway, then honestly, it really should be an alternative to the NFL while also being partners with them.
Yes, I agree.
That's basically what it was going to be anyway this time around. It wasn't competing with the NFL per se. It was actually partnering up with the NFL and just having a football in the off season.
Yeah, that's
so. I say, why the fuck not? I don't see why you couldn't do it. I mean, let's talk about the man in question, right? If he were to actually buy it, Tony Khan, right? He runs an English football team. He runs defensive coordination for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm pretty sure, while being the president of an entire wrestling league. The guy's not a fucking lazy prick.
No, he's not lazy. It's not about laziness. It's about profitization on a margin of, can we make money off of this as a primary source of income?
I think if his track record with AEW is to be shown, I think he can, yeah. It's Tony Khan.
I'm not bashing Tony Khan or anything like that, but if it's going to be a smart business decision, it's either A, sell the teams.
Right.
Teams, a couple of them off to the NFL and start building new ones. Honestly, if I was him, I would start all the way out in the western part of the U.S.
Right.
And build my way towards the east.
Fair enough. All right.
I would suggest sell the players to the NFL and take some players to the XFL. Some of the teams that
trade them.
Don't need.
Perfect example. Bring Vontez Burfict into the XFL so he doesn't injure any more players, you fucking dunce.
Or the entirety of the Broncos, because they're the biggest cheaters alive.
Yeah.
Well, can we just burn the Broncos, please?
Relocate the what was it? The Defenders, the New York Defenders. Relocate them to New Jersey, the New Jersey Defenders, and fucking get rid of the Broncos completely. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Listen, they're not going to get rid of the Broncos, but what they should do instead is they should get rid of the Broncos, because it's the smartest decision. Get rid of that shitty fucking team that hasn't won a Super Bowl in about the past a long time. They haven't won a fucking long time. And also get rid of the Browns.
And the Browns as well.
You know what? Yes, but put the Browns in the XFL so that way you at least have.
They're a useless team. They don't win shit.
You know what? Yes, they're useless in the NFL, but if you put them in the XFL, you got to have a trade off if you're taking a team from the XFL.
No, you're not taking a team. You're just getting rid of the Browns.
I'm just pointing it out there. I'm just pointing it out there that.
Oh, I know. I'm not disagreeing with the factor. I'm just saying, just get rid of the team altogether. Because they're trash.
I'm just pointing out there. If you do it that way, at least there's a trade-off there. All right. So we got that out of the way. So that really wasn't breaking news. I guess it was just an opinion article, and of course, that fucking article decides to pretend to be news. So, Nikos, just for your sake, you'll be able to rant about the thing you wanted to rant about at the end of the show. Fuck it.
Go ahead.
That's for last in that regard. Okay. Now, speaking of AEW, this is very AEW heavy for the first 3 segments. It's my turn. So, Mike did an Assassin's Creed idea. And he did very, very well on that, and we graded it, I think, from a scale of 1 to 10. Now we're going to do it with my idea, and this idea is if AEW were to purchase Impact Wrestling in 2 years' time. So this is complete fantasy, but also very realistic the way I structured this. So I'm going to talk about why I think this should happen.
We didn't have 2 rules then.
Yes.
Number 1, Impact becomes a secondary brand.
That's what you already reading my mind.
Number two, you are not allowing any of the management of TNA to run TNA.
No. Well, the management from TNA back then is already gone anyway. It's Don Callis now. It's a whole new regime.
When in doubt, Dixie comes back.
Fuck her. She's been out of the fucking running for a while now. I think she lost control in 2018.
Probably, so, but I just want to put that out there, and there's a minor third bit to it that I want to be a part of. Number 1, don't you fucking dare hire Russo.
No, never. Vince Russo wouldn't be able to come up with Russo wouldn't be able to come up with half of what I come up with here. So basically,
he would come up with it. It was just breakfast.
Would you hire Dave Lagana?
Lagana, you mean? Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Lagana is fucking great.
Just don't hire fucking Vince Russo and Jim Cornette. Don't, because you're gonna get 2 opposite views on wrestling, and it doesn't help.
I'm so over the childish. Oh, you're offending the sport I love, and because you're an idiot, and I'm like, you're getting offended because I was an idiot. I'm done with the fucking feud. Let it fucking die. Stop giving them fucking attention.
Dude, the feud's been going on since the early 90s.
It's old.
Get over yourself.
You guys literally act like fucking children. Grow up, both of you. Anyway.
So the TNA AEW merge roster that will happen in James's timeline in 2 years.
Yes. So I'm not saying this is happening right away. Now, that being said, since you asked about bookers who I would want in here.
Yes. But you can actually retain.
Yeah. Dutch Mantel.
Okay.
100% Dutch Mantel. Dutch Mantel is responsible for one of the highest rated TNA pay-per-views, Lockdown 08, with Kurt Angle taking on Samoa Joe, and they made a very MMA-based build. That did.
I actually watched that match for the first time a few months back. It's fucking amazing.
It's fantastic.
Agreed.
And on that note, I'm going to grab a drink real quick.
Go ahead.
Don't drown.
No promises.
So, let me get into this, obviously. So, Tony Khan... by the way, Casey, you could still hear me, right? Or does he not have his headphones? I don't even know. Fuck it.
All right, don't worry about it.
So, obviously, my idea, and I'm going to... obviously, Dynamite... So the 2 brand names for AEW, if they purchase Impact, are obviously going to be Dynamite and Impact. So those are the 2 main shows.
What would you do for Dark?
Dark, basically, so my idea, basically is to have Dark as what we're doing for our thing. I won't spoil anything, but that would basically be where both shows can kind of congregate at least 2 matches apiece. If they didn't build enough to their pay-per-views or whatever, they can use Dark for that, and make that show feel important still. I like what AEW does with Dark, where they still make it feel important. If you decide to watch one episode, even if you don't watch it, you don't miss much, but at least you're in tune with what's going on. So that's what I do with Dark.
Really quick, Really quick.
Yeah.
To your good health, everyone.
Huh?
Stop! He's bringing out the whiskey.
Oh, it's not whiskey. It's butterscotch liquor.
Jesus.
Same idea.
He's brought the butterscotch liquor.
Well, whereas whiskey is about 30% ABV, this is only 21.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So,
still good shit.
Now, as far as
Anyway.
where the networks, what the networks are gonna be, we're gonna have AEW Dynamite still stay on TNT. Impact will be on TBS. So that way they have both Turner Network stations that were synonymous with professional wrestling. I think it would really, really be awesome because if AEW did it once with Dynamite, they could do it again with Impact. So that's my thought process on why I would have Impact on TBS. Now, I'm going to go over the roster.
The Turner broadcast station? Oh no, I'm getting some WCW vibes.
Well, no shit. But this wouldn't be Thunder and Nitro because Thunder was garbage. Now,
just had the better.
This would probably be somewhere more along the lines of the old WCW Saturday Night. For the most part, those actually had some decent programming.
Yes, that's very true. Actually, no, the Saturday Night would be more dark, to be honest. But anyway, I digress. So here's the roster. This is the roster layout. I did a whole roster layout when I did this. So the commentary team for AEW Dynamite is Jim Ross, Mike Tenay, and Taz. Now, I don't have Tenay on Impact. I actually have Excalibur on Impact. I'll get to why in a minute.
Excalibur with Dom West?
I don't know if I don't think I did Dom West because his voice is pretty much shot.
Oh, well, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, no. So it's actually Excalibur, Golden Boy, and JD. You'll see why I'm going with this. But I'm gonna go over the Dynamite roster first. So Jim Ross, Mike Tenay, and Taz, the commentary team. Ring announcer Justin Roberts, obviously.
Because of course.
Tony Schiavone as your in-ring on-stage interview. This dude needs to be the Mean Gene of the show.
Oh, agreed. 100%.
He's honest to God so good at the job. I'm not even stunning. He's like the closest thing to Mean Gene you're ever gonna get.
Would you have Alex Marvez as a secondary backstage interview? Yeah.
So Dasha Gonzalez and Alex Marvez will be your backstage interviewers.
I'd probably
Dasha specifically for the women's /knockouts division,
which is fine. Now, I would also probably have Alex Marvez as if you're gonna do a post show, I would have him as a post-show analyst.
Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely going to be doing that.
Now, you get fucking Hector Guerrero to be a part of the Spanish announcing team again.
I think he is. Well, why not? You might as well. I think. I do the WWE method in that regard, where it's just like the multi-language commentary booths. They don't need to necessarily be, for one particular brand or the other. Yeah. But I digress. So, the referees I chose for Dynamite are Arbery Edwards, Bryce Remsburg, Earl Hebner, Paul Turner, Rick Knox. So the guys that are already hired.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Arbery Edwards is like top tier out of everybody. Even Earl said she's better than me. So that's high fucking praise.
Well, if you're gonna have Aubrey Edwards at number one, which I absolutely don't disagree with, you got to have Earl as a close two.
Yes,
true.
Now, here is that is 12 staff if you're counting. So that's 12 members of the staff. Here's the actual active roster.
You're gonna keep everybody on AEW.
AC Romero, aka Big
Chungus.
Adam Hangman Page or Hand Wash Page, depending on what part of Hangman Page you've been following. Aaron Stevens.
Page.
Yeah.
What the fuck have I missed?
Quarantine Adam Hangman Page is the best Hangman Page.
Yeah.
Aaron Stevens, so aka Damian Sandow, aka the current NWA. I don't know if he still is right now, but he was NWA television champion.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment.
Brandon
Look at
Cutler.
my not so shiny belt.
Brandon Cutler, obviously, he's kind of a Dynamite lifer, really.
Yeah.
Chris Adonis, aka Chris Masters, I think they should get him because that guy got
Wait, he's still
shafted.
wrestling?
Oh,
He's still no, he actually is done. He hasn't wrestled in a bit, but he still could go, and I think he got fucking shafted by both the old TNA regime, aka GFW regime, and WWE by the later part of his career, especially when
he got fucked so hard. How dare you not have such respect? Have the respect for a man who saved an old lady from a fire with his bare hands.
Wow, I didn't even know that. So yeah, WWE, you don't look good.
I guess they don't care about heroes. They just care about money.
Yeah,
this man is a lifesaver.
Shit. Now, continuing, Chris Bay.
The candy?
No.
Well, that too.
Chris Bay.
Wow, dude.
Chris Bay is a independent guy that actually just got recently signed with Impact. Chris Jericho, obviously.
Because you gotta have those guys.
Cody Rhodes, obviously. And by the way, 2 years would have gone by this point. I think at this point, this would be the perfect time for Cody Rhodes to find a way to have him go against his word and actually become the world champion. I think you need to have him win the belt at some point. This would be the perfect time, especially if you do a brand split. So he's the world champ. Dalton Castle.
I forgot he existed.
Yes. How could you forget, man? We went to Best in the World, man. Dalton Castle, absolutely. He's such a fucking...
If you're bringing Dalton Castle in, are you bringing the boys as well?
Yeah, of course. They're going to be his valets, though, in a way, because I don't want them wrestling quite yet. I want to have a slow build for that. So they are in here, but they're not on the official active roster, but they are in there. That's a part of the...
So can I ask you one question, James, if you happen to have him on the roster? It's two, but I'll wait till you get through it.
If I say their name, you can say something.
Yep.
Darby Allin, I actually in this have him as the TNT champion or the television champion. By this point, this before TNT title was even made. I made this.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense. Continue.
Justin Rhodes, obviously. Falaba. Yeah. If you don't know Falaba, he's a fucking meme, and I love him for it. He's basically Big Chungus 2.0.
That's impossible. There can only be one.
This man's Big Chungus.
Chungusing all the way back from 92.
That's why I have him on the same roster.
Falaba and Ace Romero dominating the tag team division.
I believe they're actually... Oh, yeah, true. They are on the same brand on Impact, actually, technically, right now as we speak. Jake Hager, obviously. Yeah. Jay Lethal.
Very interesting choice.
I love Jay Lethal. I think that man should...
He's an amazing athlete. I'm surprised he hasn't won back the ROH World title.
Yes, I agree.
Nobody knows.
Obviously, Jeff Cobb, I think that even though he appeared on Dynamite, he would be in Dynamite by this point. He would have been signed by now. Joe Hendry, if you remember Joe Hendry from WCPW and or Impact and or Ring of Honor. I think he's actually in Ring of Honor now, but I'm sure that's going to lapse in 2 years.
You got to have Marty Scurll in there somewhere.
Oh, I do. Trust me, I do. Jeff Cobb, Joe Hendry, Joey Janela, obviously. John Moxley, the world title contender, obviously. Ken Anderson, another guy.
Wrestling?
He's still wrestling in NWA. I think that's gonna end, but I think they should hire him because 1, experience. 2, the guy got shafted because he was a little too rough in the ring when it was
and number 3, the guy is way too good on the mic.
Yeah, you gotta have a talent like that. And by the way, I love how they fucking hate Ken Anderson for injuring people, yet you employ fucking Sheamus, who ended the career of Daniel Bryan before he came back.
Wait, seriously?
Yes. I'll show you the clip after the show.
I never knew that either.
Yeah.
No. You know what, though? I'm not.
Back in 2015. That's what did him in.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what did him in. Brian Alvarez goes on a whole fucking rant because he injured
No, he actually went on a rant in 2016 after a year after Daniel Bryan retired because of the fucking bro kick. And he ended up injuring Jeff Hardy by straight up punting him in the fucking face, which would probably explain why he's having those problems again. By the way, now that I'm thinking about it, but I digress. Mikey O'Shea. So not a lot of people know Mikey O'Shea.
Mikey O'Shea's good.
He sounds like a tough Irish bastard.
I know Mike O'Shea, but I don't know Mikey O'Shea.
Very tough. He's got Irish in him, but he's also he lives in the U.S., but he's a very, very, very underrated talent. And by the way, MB Wrestler 87, if you're watching this, shout out to you, my man. Michael Nakazawa, obviously. Come on,
Mr. Libido.
Moose. If people know Moose from the NFL, or
I was gonna say former NFL linebacker, right?
Yep. So I have him in Dynamite. Huh?
Moose Ojinka. If I'm not butchering that last name.
I like that name. I would actually.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
I don't know why you got rid of his last name now that you just brought it up. Nick Aldis, aka Magnus, who has vastly improved from his Magnus days. Current NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He actually runs his own faction, but like he's come into his own the last 5 fucking years. I fucking love Nick Aldis. They need to bring him in. Peter Avalon, obviously, he's still in AEW. Yeah. Sammy Guevara, obviously. Sean Spears, obviously. Sonny Kiss, obviously. Stephen Amell. This is a big one.
No, that's a good choice.
By this point,
that's an interesting pick. Why?
I picked Stephen Amell because he had a fucking kick-ass match with Christopher Daniels at All In. He showed that if he had proper training and he learns a few basics, he can actually go in the ring. He is a natural at pro wrestling. That guy can pick that sport up like that. I need to watch All In again, apparently. You need to bring somebody like that in. Stephen Amell. I even said it when WWE brought him in and they only had him do 2 fucking moves. I thought that was a fucking crime. I knew what the guy was capable of in Arrow. The guy was doing his own stunts. He was choreographing his own stunts. The guy had athletic prowess to him. There is no way that you have an opportunity, a gold mine like that, even if it was against a trash tag team against Wade Barrett and Stardust, because that fucking gimmick was dead. But just the fact that you had the red arrow, or the guy with the red arrow finisher in Neville, and Stephen Amell, the green fucking arrow, there's no way that dude should have done 2 moves in his fucking SummerSlam match. Bullshit. AEW did him right. AEW did him right. I think that they should bring him in as an actual athlete, and 2 years' time, hopefully, he would have been done with his commitment to Arrow, and hopefully you can coax him in to joining AEW while also still doing movies on the side, because AEW's schedule is very lenient for shit like that. Don't believe me? Ask Jon Moxley.
Now, question for you.
Go for it.
Who do you have his first feud against? Do you have him go up against Cody again, or do you have him work his way up?
The first feud.
He fights David Arquette.
No. No.
David Arquette's actually not.
David Arquette's gone. No. Too much baggage. I'm sorry. Not right now.
No. I agree, but I'm just saying. I've seen how he works now, and he's actually really good.
Yeah, no.
The guy will take his fair share of bumps.
I agree. I 100% agree. He's not terrible, but I'm going to wait another 2 years before even considering David Arquette. If I'm the guy in charge and I'm Tony Khan, I'm waiting another 2 years before even touching David Arquette.
Make sure you don't touch him inappropriately.
Yeah. And with that being said, the last 2...
I'm sorry, I had to.
Yeah. The last 2 people, obviously Stephen Amell, by the way, his first feud I think would be MJF 100%, because that's natural feud right there. Cody and Stephen Amell are friends. People know this. It would. Do
you have him come out as Green Arrow, yes. Or do you have
the Green Arrow Stephen Amell? I dress him full on in the Green Arrow getup. Yes.
Well, Green Arrow's wrestling formatted getup, because you don't want him wearing the costume from the show, because
no. But he would be the Green Arrow Stephen Amell. That would be his whole title. Ted Goods.
Yes. My boy.
Ted Goods from Top Rope Promotions. Shout out to you, my man. And last but not least, Uha Nation, a.k.a. Apollo Crews, who is, I believe, rumored to be a part of the mass releases, although nothing is confirmed yet.
Dude, that guy can move like nobody's
business. That's just your AEW roster.
That's
correct?
just Dynamite. Impact is fucking loaded. Impact is loaded as well.
So I'm gonna make it.
That, by the way, I'm not even done. That's just singles. I got a whole tag section and the women's division. Which
why don't we just go through singles right now, and then you're able to go to the next podcast and go through all the tag team stuff, and then we'll use another one to go through.
I was gonna be quick with the tag team and women's shit.
That's what everybody. On this podcast, I'll be quick.
I'm literally just gonna go quick with that. So no questions. I'm just gonna run right through the shit. So here we go. All Night Train featuring Willie Mack and Rich Swann. They're actually a tag team in Impact. Art of Strong Style, Kenta and Kota Ibushi. Bring them in. You have a working relationship with New Japan. Everybody knows it. Diener Boys, Cody and Jake. They're a tag team in Impact. The Decay, the new version of the Decay. Jimmy Jacobs and Jimmy Havoc.
Not gonna lie, I forgot Cody Diener even existed.
I know. Devil's Dorman. There's Casey marking out again. Frank Brandon Webb. Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix. Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, obviously. Pulp Friction.
No, if you're gonna get me to mark out, bring this guy in.
I will take my time on this one because this is a funny team I created. Pulp Friction, Juice Robinson and Orange Cassidy. Yeah.
Finishing move, the Pulperizer.
Yes. The Gun Club of Billy and Austin Gunn. Strictly Brexit as opposed to Strictly Business, which would consist of Nick Aldis, who leads the group, Zack Sabre Jr., and Doug Williams. Bring Doug Williams to AEW. He can still go. The Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny, obviously. The North, Josh Alexander and Ethan Page, who are a fucking great tag team in Impact. And on top of that, you got the Top Guys, a.k.a. I believe they're going by the Revolt now, which is the former Revival of Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, who would be the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Now on to the women. Good team.
I don't care how badly WWE treated them. They had such a good chemistry, and they were so good in the ring.
Yes.
Remember, no flips, just fists.
Yes.
Great, good stuff.
Dynamite's women's /knockouts roster. Alexa Nicole, I believe Impact. Alicia Edwards, Impact as well. But all the women's division is all coming into Dynamite. So they're going to have exclusive rights to the women. Big Swole, also a part of the All Night Train, a.k.a. Ariel Monroe. Brandy Rhodes, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, obviously. Emi Sakura, obviously. Io Shirai, who is rumored to be done with WWE in a year's time. So look out for that. If she goes back to Stardom, she's coming back to AEW is all I'm saying.
Are you gonna have what's her face? Hikaru Shida in there?
Yeah, she's in here.
Okay.
I believe she's in the tag team. I have a women's tag team division too, by the way. Ivelisse, Jordan Grace, Katrina. Katrina, who is a very underrated wrestler as well as a great manager in Lucha Underground. Caitlyn, Kiera Hogan, Chris Cyborg. I know we had a debate on this on my channel before, but I think Chris Cyborg would actually be a natural in the ring. No,
I agree. I've had the chance to look over some of this stuff, and I think it'll be good.
So, Leva Bates, Marty Bell, Molina, Priscilla Kelly, Riho, Sadie Gibbs, Tennille Dashwood, Tessa Blanchard. I would make my women's world champion. I don't care what anybody wants.
Oh, she's fantastic. What's
she's incredible.
Yeah.
She's incredible, man.
Tyra Valkyrie to round out the pack.
Are you going to grab Jordy and Grace?
Jordan Grace is in here. Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Jordan Grace is absolutely in here.
Okay, just want to make sure because I didn't recognize the name for a second.
Women's Tag Team Division. We start off with hashtag Bad Bitches, which is ODB and Jazz. I created a lot of these teams here. The Decay, which is a continuation of Jimmy Jacobs' version, which has Rosemary and Thunder Rosa. If you don't know who Thunder Rosa is, watch NWA Power. Dollhouse, Taryn Terrell and Penelope Ford. Two blondes, makes sense. Gail Kim and Hikaru Shida. So the new Asian sensation with the old Asian sensation, they're fucking great in-ring talents. Galaxy United, which is Shauna and Chris Statlander. Shauna likes DBZ, and Chris Statlander thinks she's an alien, so that hence the tag team Galaxy United.
Even though that gimmick doesn't kind of work.
Yeah, well, I think it would work better if you do it in a tag team. Happy Trails, Yuka Sakazaki and Kylie Ray. There, done. Easy.
Wait, Kylie Ray, is that the 50-year-old Bailey?
Yes.
Yeah, Smiley Kylie Ray.
Yeah, she's actually an Impact now, believe it or not. Hiroyo Matsumoto and Meiko Sanomura, if you remember the Mae Young Classic, and somehow WWE didn't sign them. Kaiju, a.k.a. Awesome Kong and Nyla Rose, because Awesome Kong would be able to, I'm hoping to come back by that time.
Why wouldn't you do, I mean, personally, I would have done Awesome in Asia, but that's a different story.
Well, Asia's pretty much.
No, that would have been a good feud.
Yeah, Asia's got fucking terrible knees, dude. It wouldn't work.
Yep. Well,
Madison Rayne and Kira Hogan, because they're already a tag team in Impact. Rachel Ellering and Teal Piper. Rachel Ellering, daughter of Paul Ellering. Teal Piper, daughter of Roddy Piper, led by Blanchard, a part of the Inner Circle, and they be the women's tag team champions. That is a huge thing I wanted to point out on that.
Are you bringing in Daphne?
No, I'm not bringing in Daphne because I think she's long retired. The Heartless, B. Priestley and Jamie Hayter, led by Priscilla Kelly. The Kabuki Clan, which is Kana, a.k.a. Asuka, and Kari Hojo. So I make them sisters in kayfabe. Led by Io Shirai. So, again, rumors are that they're going to be done in a year or two by that point. I'm hoping that AEW would be sensible to get all three immediately by that point. And last but not least, the Luchadoras, which is Tara and Zeuxis. Each of them actually competed in WWE's Mae Young Classics, respectively, in the 2 years that they had it. Now, Impact. Now we get back to the singles wrestlers. So this should only take, I think, another 10 minutes here. Alberto El Patron. Everybody thinks that he actually abused.
No, fuck him. Fuck him. He's an asshole in general.
Well, all right. Hold on.
He's still an asshole.
He's an asshole, but people gotta also understand there's two sides to that story, and I think even Paige said it herself that it just wasn't good for either of them. So
great, but I'm just saying personally, when it comes to him fucking constantly missing dates at shows, nah, fuck him. He's fired.
He kept missing shows because he wasn't pushed correctly, I feel like.
I highly doubt that.
Except for now, I think by that point, I think it just all got to him. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but I have a backup plan in case he decides to block.
Okay, in case he's like, fuck you guys, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Alexander Hammerstone from MLW. He's fucking too good not to sign.
I thought you were gonna say Alexander Hamilton, and I was gonna go, fucking excuse me?
Oh no. Although that is a play on that. Amazing Red. Come on, he's the fucking.
He's still wrestling?
Yes. Huh. Anthony Ogogo, by that point, he would have been ready for prime time by this point because currently he's training in the Nightmare Factory to make his AEW debut. He's actually a former Olympian, if I'm correct. Austin Aries, obviously it's Austin Aries. Bobby Lashley. By that point, he'll.
I thought Lashley's not leaving WWE.
Yeah,
he's coming back. No, he's gonna come back. I'm pretty sure. They're not gonna keep him for 5 years. I don't think he's even under a 5-year deal. I think his deal expires in a couple years. And if it's not, it's news to me. And that was before I found out about this anyway. So whatever.
Sure.
Brian Cage is in Impact right now. Although that I think could change if he goes to Dynamite, but regardless, this is in 2 years' time. Brody Lee, obviously. Bully Ray. It's Bully Ray. They should have never let him go. Christian York. I don't understand why they let him go from Impact. Colt Cabana. I think he would be a better fit in Impact than he is in Dynamite, to be honest. Crazy Steve. He just actually returned to Impact. Fun fact. D'Angelo Dinero, a.k.a. the Pope. from NWA Power. Right now, he's actually still managing, but I think he should be in Impact as a wrestler. Daga, he's really awesome in Impact. He would be an X Division champion. David Finlay, a.k.a. son of Fit Finlay. Eli Drake.
God, I can already hear the injuries.
Yes. David Finlay is way more safer than his father.
Oh, absolutely, because his dad will fucking... this is the match that broke my nose, says William Regal in WCW.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eli Drake, he'd be the interactive champion or the TBS champion. I guess it'd just be the TBS champion. I don't see why not. And it's just a fact of life. Watch NWA Power if you don't get my reference. Grado! Yes, your boy is in here. Grado.
If it's a mystery, everyone must stand alone.
Here's a big one. Here's a big one that would take a lot of convincing, but I think they could pull it off if they book Dynamite correctly and everybody else in Dynamite correctly.
Is it
after years away from Impact, from his first rendezvous there, Kazuchika motherfucking Okada as your...
When the fuck was Okada in Impact?
He was the limo driver for Kurt Angle, I believe. He was that guy. So yeah, it was not a big one. So he would be an inaugural global champion, because if you're bringing in Okada, you need to give him the belt. You need to give him the belt. There's no other way you're going to get him.
Except it wouldn't be necessarily be the inaugural
Impact Championship. It would just be the global championship.
Except that's already existed.
Yeah, but it turned into the global championship, and then the global championship became a world title when GFW and Impact had their merger. So it was actually the global champion was the top prize when Alberto El Patron held it. So that's why I'm saying global champion. That's the top belt. just to make it very clear, that's the top belt. Ken Shamrock, obviously, because he's actually still in Impact Wrestling, global title contender. KSI. I know people are going to be like, why KSI? He actually has professional wrestling training.
KSI, the YouTuber?
Yes, he has pro wrestling training.
Whoa!
Yes, he does. I actually have video of him doing pro wrestling. He actually had a pretty decent match, and with his current boxing skill and his fame right now, AEW would be fucking crazy not to try to get him.
If they hire KSI,
I won't watch anymore.
I will not watch this.
Why? What's wrong with KSI?
No, KSI I have no problem with, but if they hire Logan Paul, no.
No.
Who's next? The Rakas? Are you going to hire the fucking Raka brothers too?
If they do, I'm going to die laughing.
Well, they're not terrible wrestlers, actually.
No, they're not, because they constantly hurt each other.
I'm not.
Fuck it. Hire them all. KSI, Raka twins, and also the Haroon twins. If you're going to go for YouTubers.
Gotta get that blood in that vein. Yeah. Gotta put that blood in that vein.
I love how Mike died laughing for a split second and almost collapsed into the camera.
Now, I'm going to continue with this.
Dude, you gotta be careful of snakes. That's all I'm going to say.
So the reason I have KSI also is because if I'm building the global title, I'm making this like KSI is going to be a part of that division. Kenny Omega, who is Canadian, he's going to be a part of that division. Kazuchika Okada, who's the champion, he's Japanese. Alberto El Patron, Mexican. You see what I'm doing here. Just pointing it out there. Lance Archer, he'd be in there, obviously. Laredo Kid, who is fucking great in that one match.
I'm sorry, but you're missing an individual.
Who?
Brian motherfucking Lethal Weapon Cage.
No, he already said it.
I literally said it. Yes. Oh. Pay attention. There'll be a quiz later.
Fuck that quiz. You fucking...
That's my fucking line, you ass!
Anyway, Laredo Kid, low-key...
Sorry, Casey, you're not the one to talk.
Low-key. obviously low-key.
You know what I mean, you fucking son of a bitch.
Low-key, obviously, Low-key is fucking great. I still love Low-key to this
so
day.
good.
Marty Skrull, here you go with that. A part of Villainous Enterprises. I bring all of Villainous Enterprises in here, by the way, including Flip Gordon.
Everybody watch your fingers.
Actually, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He is in here, now that I think about it. Marufuji, he's fucking great at Impact. Absolutely would keep him. Michael Elgin, also great at Impact. Would absolutely keep him. Mil Muertes from Lucha Underground.
The Thousand Deaths?
Yeah, they gotta sign him. He's fucking too good as a fucking dark-ass villain. I love him. Pac. I'd actually split the Death Triangle up by this point, because by that point, it I don't think you can. There's too many trios. I will. Yeah, Pac would be. I'll tell you why. UK Global Champion contender. That's
fair.
why.
That's
why.
Fair.
Paul London, X Division guy, be a great veteran and a great addition to Impact. Petey Williams, obviously I keep him because he's great. It's fucking Petey Williams. QT Marshall, I feel like would have more success and impact than if he were to stay on Dynamite. Rob Van Dam, global title contender, but also accompanied by Katie Forbes and Jennifer Barlow, who are, that's like the best act going on Impact right now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Sanjay Dutt, X Division title. Come on. He's fucking great. He's not champion, by the way, but he would be great as a contender. Suicide, the new Suicide look. Has anybody seen it? It looks sick. It's fucking great.
Put that shit in the chat. I want to see it.
Oh, man, I will. I will after this. Tigre Uno, very underrated talent. I would hire him back. TJP, who's actually in Impact and also working for New Japan, so there could be something there for him in Dynamite down the road. And Ultimo Dragon. And I mention Ultimo Dragon because he's back wrestling for Dragon Gate, which AEW has a working relationship with. So that is all the singles, guys. And by the way, here's the new Suicide look.
I already beat you to
fucking awesome. Now, that being said.
Hey, nice.
Now here's the final. That was singles wrestlers, by the way, because they don't have any women.
Oh, that looks fucking dope.
I told you a whole new life on my character.
Who's wearing the mask? Do we know?
I have no idea. But all I know is that looks too cool not to give him the belt. I don't even care.
That's so dope, man.
Now.
I'm starting to sound like I baked off my ass. I better put this schnapps away.
Yeah,
you do.
Now. That was just the singles wrestlers. There is no women, obviously, because AEW Dynamite has the women. Here is the X Division Tag Team champion division. This is the X Division Tag. So this is Cruiserweight Tag, essentially. So I'm going to run through these. I don't need to keep continuing. Airstrike, any combination of the three. I'll explain that they're also in a Trios Tag division in a minute. Best Friends, Dark Order, Jurassic Express, Motor City Machine Guns, Private Party, The Rascals, Reno Scum, SoCal Uncensored, Strong Hearts, The Crisps from OVE, The Foundation, specifically Teddy Hart and Brian Pillman. Hopefully by this point, Teddy Hart gets his shit together. The Hybrid 3, any combo. This is including Kip Sabian with the Hybrid 2, because I think that was a very underrated, short-lived trio. The Kingdom, Matt Taven and TKO specifically. The Wolves, I bring back David Richards by this point because I'm pretty sure he'd be done with his degree. And you could probably coax him to come back with a lot of money from Turner Network. And Villainous Enterprises, Marty Scurll and Flip Gordon, and the Young Bucks, who would be the inaugural X Division Tag Team Champions, where it all started for the Young Bucks, by the way, I want to point out. That's why I have them in Impact. Now, here are the Trios Tag Team divisions, and then this will be quick here. The Airstrike, which consists of Matt Sydal, PJ Black, and leader Will Ospreay. Dark Order, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and Madman Fulton. I'd bring Madman Fulton into the Dark Order because at this point, I think OVE would have kicked them out. The Desi Hit Squad, if you don't know who they are, they're actually a very underrated team with a very shit-tacular gimmick. But they're very, very good wrestlers. Dynasty Inc., which includes, or Destiny Incorporated, including Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Ethan Carter III, and Wardlow. This would be led by Alberto if he sticks around long enough, but if he pulls out, Maxwell Jacob Friedman would be the leader of Destiny Inc. EV 2.0, Rhino, Sabu, and Tommy Dreamer. They're actually still wrestling for Impact. Jurassic Express, obviously. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Marco Stunt. LAX, Homicide, Hernandez, and Eddie Kingston. The original OG LAX. Ohio versus Everything. Sammy Callahan and the Crits that I just mentioned earlier. The Rascals, Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel. Reno Stum with the added addition of Ace Austin. SoCal Uncensored, obviously. Strong Hearts, obviously. The Colognes, Primo, Epico, and Carlito. I bring them in if you're going to have a trios division. The Foundation, David Boy Smith Jr., Teddy Hart, Brian Pillman. The Hybrid 3, which I just mentioned, has Kip Sabian with Angelico and Jack Evans. The Kingdom, Matt Taven, Vinny Marcellia, and TK Ryan. And finally, Villainous Enterprises, Brody King, PCO, and Flip Gordon. That's it.
One small problem with the Kingdom.
They're in Ring of Honor, but this
not even that.
Go.
Vinny turned heel not too long ago.
Oh, fuck's sake. Of course. Well, bring back Mike Bennett. There you go. Done.
There you go.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You want Mike Bennett back in Impact? Absolutely.
When in doubt, bullshit out. Anyway, I also forgot to. I also forgot.
He's learning.
No. I think I know who Suicide is.
Who is it?
It's Ace Austin. Fucking clearly Ace Austin. It's the same body tone. Like the exact same body tone.
Really?
They should make him somebody else.
No, it's clearly Ace Austin. If you take a look at a side-by-side of the guy who dressed like Gambit once and is a huge comic book fucking nerd, and look at the new costume, based upon his stance and everything else, it's obviously the same dude.
We'll see. I'm hoping that's not right, though.
I mean, I'm making a fucking shot in the dark just based upon, general images, but it looks like it's Ace Austin.
Anyway.
It's either Ace Austin or...
I'll be quick with this. The staff, it's really quick. Commentary team, Excalibur, Golden Boy, who they need to put him on somewhere. He's too fucking good. And JD, if people remember, I like JD from NY206. He's a very good commentator in hog wrestling. So I'd bring him in. Christy Hemme would be the bring-up announcer for OG fans of Impact. In-ring, on-stage interviewer, David Marquez from NWA Power. Also a very inspired Mean Gene in-ring interviewer. You got to hire this man. Backstage interviewers would be Joe Galley, also from NWA Power, and Josh Matthews, who... Let's be honest, Josh Matthews did his best work as a backstage interviewer. And then the referees, this is going to be interesting, and this is why I saved this for last. Jerry Lynn, Red Shoes.
Red Shoes?
What?
Yeah, Red Shoes.
I'm more caught off guard by Jerry Lynn. What the fuck?
Jerry Lynn.
Well, James, you didn't say his name correctly. It's Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn. Red Shoes, Brian Hebner, son of Earl Hebner, who actually refs for NWA Power. He could still do that while also being a referee for AEW Impact because the schedule can accommodate for that. And here are the two big ones, because I think this would make AEW as a whole very legitimate. Straight from the UFC and MMA in general to turn in pro wrestling referees. Big Mike McCarthy and Herb Dean. You tell me that doesn't look like a fucking great couple of referees to get in.
I agree. As long as it's not Earl Hebner, who constantly sells fucking merchandise at the back of his vehicle.
In fairness, he is with AEW. But yeah, that is the entire merger roster. Sorry that took so long, but it is very extensive and awesome, and I really am proud of it, to be honest.
I agree.
So, scale of 1 to 10. What does everybody think?
I'd give it a solid 8.
What about you, Mike?
Agreed.
8. And Nico?
I give it an 8.5.
Oh, there we go. So that would be around 8.
It's still just make it a solid 8.
We'll just, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'll say 8.2.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Actually, no.
Yeah, sure,
8.33. Because a third, like 3 of you voted. So 8.33 out of 10. That's a good rating for me. I enjoyed that. That was
cool.
And finally, I was able to do that roster without having to get a hold of Owen. When are we gonna do the fantasy booking series? Apparently, never. So there you go. I got it.
There'll be plenty of more time for that. Never.
Why do I sense that with the sort of got correct with the suicide thing? Somebody like needs to subscribe to your channel.
Yeah, right.
If I'm right, and Suicide Field is Ace Austin, which they can come back to this video and determine if I got it correct. If I got it wrong, then I got it wrong. But if I got it right, you have to like, comment, and subscribe. If you fucking don't, then that's upsetting. Do it.
All right. So let's get on to the...
But you have to comment, that son of a bitch Mike got it right. And then I'm going to sit there like months later going, what?
So, how about this, Nikos? Why don't you read the 2K21 cancellation? Now we're moving on to WWE.
Wait, but hold on. It's not a cancellation, boys. It's a different game altogether.
Well, let's have Nikos read 2K21 actually being canceled, because that
let's do it to it.
And then we will get onto your article, Mike. So, Mike, why don't you pull that up while Nikos reads this?
Which one?
The one that you showed me with the new game. So, Nikos, away with you. Go ahead.
All right.
Read.
So,
where'd you go?
Found on TechRadar.com. It's called WWE 2K21 has been canceled according to WWE by Vic Hood. Yep, you heard it here, folks. No WWE game this year, except for one, but we'll get to that soon. So, WWE 2K21 is canceled as WWE has announced that 2K Games will not release a WWE game this year. During a recent WWE quarterly investor call via Polygon, the company's interim chief financial officer, Frank Riddick, reportedly said, and I quote, "There's not going to be a launch of a game this year," end quote. However, no reason was explicitly given for why there won't be a WWE game this year. And there
I will give you the reason.
Point number one.
Garbage.
Point number one. Best fitness games. Top exercise games to make you break a sweat. Point number two. PS4 versus PS4 Pro. What's the difference? And point number three. Best Xbox One games, the most essential Xbox One releases. But it's not all bad news, as 2K Games publisher Take-Two has teased that it will be sharing some quote-unquote exciting news on April 27, alongside information on the future of the WWE 2K franchise.
Tag me in, coach.
Put me in, coach.
Nikos,
I'm not
get your cam open so we can tag. Tag me in.
Hey.
He tagged you, Mike.
Okay, I'm tagged. Awesome. So WWE decided with 2K and Take-Two Interactive to make WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Now, for the first time I heard the title, I'm like, oh, fuck no, we're not getting another goddamn Battle Royale game. Yep. It's not, thank God. It's even stupider. No, this
person will have to kill themselves.
Each person must die.
Anyway,
no, in 2020,
Battlegrounds, you must die.
Instead of getting your simulation WWE games, you know what you're getting instead, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages, an arcade in big fucking quotations, arcade style wrestling game.
Just call it what it is. You're getting a
shittier version of All Stars.
You're getting a, oh god, what the fuck's the word?
I'll wait.
Continue, Mike.
No, case. I'll wait. You know what? I'll even stare at the camera right into your fucking eyes till you get this right.
You are getting a castrated version of WWE All Stars.
Yeah.
Agreed. This is the worst. This game looks terrible. Now, I know somebody's going to sit there and say, well, you've only seen bits and pieces of the gameplay. You've seen some of the character designs.
And it already looks like utter fucking trash.
Here's the difference.
They look like me figures,
Dude,
but their body proportions are just not cohesive at all.
Yeah,
they're not good.
Here's the short explanation. Let's be quick with this, right? Imagine a shittier engined WWE All Stars, but with midgets.
And what's worse, they have
no, good sir. Do you remember how All Stars came out and everybody went, it's a goofy looking game, but at least it looks interesting.
Yes, that's actually
and I'm still playing All Stars years after it came out, which I want to say is 2012, maybe 2013.
2010 actually.
You sure about that?
Yeah. It definitely was 2010. I remember when it happened.
Fact check that for a second.
Either 2009 or 2010. I'm pretty sure it was
2011. Came out in 2011. Ow. So 2K. So WWE 12 would have been out or coming out soon. So about 19 years later, 9 years later, I'm still playing this game.
Yes.
This new one, Battleground, which I'm just gonna call it trash. It looks like fucking trash. They call it's gonna be the next arcade game, but the animations and everything make it look like it's the goddamn Fire Pro fucking arcade game, specifically the one on the Xbox.
Yeah,
It looks bad, dude. It doesn't look interesting. People are losing their minds going, oh, we're finally getting All-Stars 2! But it's not. And
it's not. It's so trash. I haven't even played it, and I already know it's going to be bad.
Listen,
and look, here's the thing.
Only two models that look okay are obviously going to be The Rock and Cena. But if you have seen
Stone Cold, No,
the only four that we have seen are. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. There are 5. Stone Cold,
Becky,
Rock, Cena,
Becky Lynch.
And
the women look terrible. They look terrifying. They look like somebody's fucked up bobblehead creation that was put in a microwave.
Here's basically what I'm gonna say. Hey, 2K, listen closely. Listen closely. Just stop.
Just
okay. Just
I have
stop what you're doing right now.
Can you do me a favor when you're editing
save
this?
yourself the embarrassment?
Do me a favor when you're editing this. Put the image of them right now.
Yep. Oh fuck.
Look at them.
Fucking tragic.
Look at them, dude. They look like somebody fucking yacked all over Garbage Pail Kid cards.
Charlotte Flair.
Like it's horrid.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. Why are their arms bigger than their little bodies? What's up with their heads? They're not in proportion.
Here's what you do. You cancel this project because no one's gonna give a shit, especially when there's a fucking pandemic going on.
Oh no, people do give a shit. Oh no, people do give a shit.
Why? I don't understand. Here's why I say this. If you all hated WWE 2K20, which I know everyone did, that fucking much, why in the blue hell do you think this game is gonna be fucking good?
No. Here's my counter.
They have disappointed us year after year since WWE 2K14 was over and done with.
Now, I'm gonna make a counter. Hold on. I'm gonna make a counter. I'm gonna make a counter here. Way back in the day, Hasbro did release toys that were the big body proportion style thing where they had tiny heads but really big bodies. Yeah. They could only move their arms, and that was pretty much it. So, All-Stars was able to take that body proportion system and make it look like an interesting game. Yes, does the game look funky and wacky? Absolutely. But is it fun when you finally sit down and you get your hands on the game, is it not fun as hell?
Yes.
Because you played it just a little bit and you saw the ridiculousness that is this game. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
We're talking about reversal patterns. We're talking about fucking crazy, like, nonsensical heights for finishers. Cage matches, which actually feel like a struggle to get on top of the cage for once.
Yep.
Like, there is shit, but Battlegrounds, I mean, I know somebody's going to sit there and say, well, I mean, it's not that bad. And that's fine. And it's not the worst pile of trash I've seen, but it is a pile of garbage nevertheless.
Dude,
This looks like shit.
I will never, even if it's good, like, if it's good, great, but I'm not trusting it's good right now. If they can prove us wrong, great, but I'm already seeing that that's not going to happen.
You know what, 2K? Consider that the Indy Force laying down the gauntlet. Prove us wrong.
Yeah,
if you can.
Yeah, you're not going.
No, here's what's going to happen, and I'm going to call it right now, and this is exactly what's going to happen. They're going to release the game. There's going to be like 20 to 30 fucking DLC things that are going to have to come out to fix this game. It's going to have to get patched day one because the online play isn't going to work the way that they want it to. We don't even know if this is going to be a regular perspective, top-down perspective, ring perspective. We don't know what the perspective is. For some reason, there are fatalities in this game.
Yeah, fuck that. That's where I was done.
Don't know why, but there are fatalities in this game, and I don't understand the reason. You can throw your own.
Let's be realistic, because it's WWE heroic brutalities. Let's be real about it.
Like, do you remember? Okay, well, I'm going to put this in perspective because we were talking about this prior to the podcast because I've been playing it recently. What happened when Aki was making all the fucking games? Let's be honest. Virtual Pro Wrestling, No Mercy, WCW World Tour, and Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, and Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 are fantastic
Even
games.
later games, a fucking company adopted the Aki engine for pretty much every other game up until the SmackDown vs. Raw series release.
Well, no, they've never. No. You're getting that wrong. Aki uses their own engine. They created the Aki.
They use their own engine. My point. No, I'm saying the company after that took over WWE Games basically used a similar engine.
That would be THQ, and no, they didn't.
Not to the degree, but my point is they kept the base idea of
They kept the idea of fast-paced, interesting gameplay that allows you to do more interesting stuff. They kept that shit in there. This is not going to be a fun game.
No.
We're talking about your guys doing fucking super moves. Like, for God's sakes, I'm already looking at it. John Cena's doing a
Immortals didn't sell. This ain't going to sell either.
No, Immortals didn't sell. Immortals wasn't going to sell it anyway. Dude,
Immortals is actually all right. By the way.
James, that means that this game, when it comes out in fall of 2020, and I'm saying it now, is going to be the 71st wrestling game onto the WWE license. This is how far we've come, ladies and gentlemen, in 71 games.
What a fall from fucking grace, huh?
What a fall. And by the way, if somebody goes...
Strange timeline we're living.
If somebody goes, Cena doesn't throw a Shoryuken in the trailer, oh yeah? Then let me ask you a question. What the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
What does that look like to you boys? Because to me, that looks like a fucking Shoryuken.
Done. They turned John Cena's power of the punch into a fucking Shoryuken. Are you?
Now listen, in All Stars there were Shoryuken style moves, but it was for a specific class type of wrestler. It broke it down into classes, which made it interesting because you're trying to sit there and figure out: do I want to be a Kane style wrestler where I'm a big man and I can take a shit ton of damage, but my mobility sucks, or do I want to be like a Rey Mysterio where I am a big bouncy bastard who can get around the ring, but I don't do that much damage?
Anyway.
I mean,
do we have any more wrestling topics, or is that it?
We have one more, and that's top 5 wrestling themes. This was actually suggested by Martin. Hi, Martin, if you're watching this. I'm probably talking to you in the comments. I don't fucking know. But, let's talk about it. So, Nikos, how about we go with you first? Because you were kind of on board with this idea. What are your top 5 wrestling themes of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Can you go upstairs really quick and grab that flash drive?
I'm gonna have to say, alright, I'm just gonna be really quick with this. Undertaker,
which version? That's the honestly.
I think he's talking about the current version.
Actually, no. I'm referring to the Ministry of Darkness version.
Okay.
The greatest version ever. That's the best
greatest version
there ever.
Second one, Jeff Hardy's theme song.
Which one? He had like 3.
Written on the Walls, I think it was.
Yeah. You're talking about No More Words by.
Yeah. No More Words.
No, not that one.
Time is coming, gone forward.
Yeah, that
one. I mean, it was until I found out that now Jeff Hardy is completely unrelatable now. But that's beside the point.
He was relatable?
Well, again, no, part of me wonders, because he was actually clean for a while. Again, it just occurred to me. I'm wondering if it had to do with Sheamus kicking him square in the head. And that's why, I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't he got kicked in the head. He's probably just sitting there thinking, oh, man, I think I might need another bowl.
Oh, dude, I'm going to do some heroin, and then I might get it in pounded in China.
Anyway, continue.
All right. CM Punk's theme song.
Which one?
You have like 2.
Fire Burns.
Yeah.
So Orton.
Uh-oh. Casey went away. I got him.
Casey went away.
Oh, you just joined.
Today.
Yeah, I preferred that than Cult of Personality. I just really
it's
Cult of
Personality. Well, you know what? If I had to pick a song to associate it with, I would pick Cult of Personality with Punk, but you could literally use this Fire Burns on anybody and it'd be great.
True, but
I would when I'm talking about
sense when he first appeared.
Huh?
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Punk, it made sense when he first appeared.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fair enough.
And when I'm talking about like this Fire Burns, a specific version, there's a high-pitched version which actually sounds much more better than the original version.
Yeah, because I had to do it for copyright.
Points for saying much more better.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cleaner.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just busting your balls, dude.
Next.
Sounds much more cleaner.
Yeah, it's much more clear, much more better. Very good.
Yeah, better much it is. Good. Yes.
4. My Time.
Triple H 2001. Yep.
Because
I still agree that that's one of the best themes that they could have ever given them. I mean, I like the game.
And then Motorhead kind of became its downgrade.
No, I think Motorhead's still good.
No, it's still good.
Yeah, to each their own. And finally, Benoit's theme.
Yeah.
We really don't need to explain it. We already explained the last episode, but
yeah, we did.
I'll go next, and then Casey, you can go after me, and Mike will save you for last. For me, my top 5. So my top 5 are Kurt Angle's TNA theme, specifically the rap version. I fucking love that theme. Second, Samoa Joe's fourth is Samoa Joe's Nation of Violence theme. Fucking kick ass to this day, from TNA. Now getting into WWE territory. I would also have to say The Rock's 2003 Hollywood theme. Fucking love that theme. Always. It just has a special place in my heart. The second is Rey Mysterio's theme.
Which one?
Specifically, who that jumping out
the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio.
Who's that jumping off the boat? Mysterio. Oh, my knees are blown.
Oh no! Don't do my boy Ray like that. Do that.
Well, your boy Ray did it to himself.
And
in 8 surgeries in 12 years.
And finally, my all-time favorite theme of in general, Batista's "I Walk Alone." I don't care who you are. If you were a kid and you heard that guitar riff that started off, you were like, Let's fucking go. And you did.
I heard it for the first time when I was about. I can't even give you shit for that. I heard it for the first time when I was about 15, and I went, "Yeah, let's fucking go!"
Honorable mention for me, because I didn't know where to put him in, is Eddie Guerrero's Light Sheet and Steel theme. Fucking, I love that theme. But yeah, those are my 5. Casey, you're up.
Okay, so I gotta go. Back in 2007 or 8, I actually picked the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness theme, rock theme, as my top entrance theme of all time. Honestly, I gotta put this at I gotta put the Traumatosis version at number 5 on that list.
Oh, good fucking choice, dude. That's super good.
So good.
Come on inside.
We've been waiting some time. And I actually did find the lyrics. I think I showed you.
Wait, does that count? Because if that's the case,
that was on a WWE. That was on a WWE CD. It was unused. It's an unused Undertaker theme, so it does count as a theme.
Oh damn it! I would have picked fucking.
You know what else counted as an Undertaker theme that a lot of people forget? Remember that one time Undertaker came back to Raw with Johnny Cash's?
Yeah,
I wish he kept that.
Same actually. Same.
Do you know how hard it is to license Johnny Cash?
Dude,
it's super hard.
I know, but I wish they did, man, because that fit him so fucking
well.
I would have kept it all the way up to the end of the feud. I would have kept it all the way up to the end of the feud.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I absolutely 100% agree.
Honestly, that should have been the song that ended his career to begin with anyway. That should have been the end of The Undertaker's when that song was.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue, Case.
So, number 4 for me, I'm gonna pick Glass Shatters for Stone Cold Steve Austin, and not the Disturbed version, the original.
Jim Johnston.
Yes, the Jim Johnston Glass Shatters.
Yeah.
So fucking good. You want to talk about hype in musical form? There it is, my guy.
I think I might have you beat with one, but that's fine. Continue.
Yeah, hold on to that favorite for your list.
Yeah.
Number 3. Oh God. I remember really liking Goldust's theme as a kid, so I'm probably gonna have to go Shattered Dreams.
Yeah, good choice.
Which
version of Goldust? Regular Goldust, the artist formerly known as Goldust.
No,
it's
typical Goldust, Mike. It's typical Goldust. Cut the shit.
No, you have to always choose. Black Rain, meow meow. Meow 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 meow.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that content.
Yeah, right.
Not OSW review.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, OSW review, shout out.
Said that.
Casey doesn't give a fuck. He wants to give his own. It's a personal shout out.
Anyway,
damn right. You're damn right. Number 2, the more, no pun intended, rock-oriented version of. Actually, no way. I can't even go that because there's a whole bunch of rock-oriented versions of that one. I'm actually gonna go Metalingus by Alter Bridge.
Yeah, fair enough.
For number 2.
Fair enough. Edge's theme, for those who don't know.
Yep. Still
Better than being
kicks ass even to this day.
It's better than being Cunnilingus.
Haha.
But
continue.
And number 1, honestly, just because A, of the circumstances under which it was used, and B, because I'm a fucking geek, Kenny Omega, Wrestle Kingdom 12 or 13, whichever one was his last one, Hopes and Dreams / Save the World.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's the final boss theme from Undertale.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Of course he would use that.
But anyway.
And just with the sands back
and he even said, like, one last time with old friends, too.
Yeah. No. It was one last time we fight. Bang!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he fought Hiroshi Tanahashi, too.
On that show, yes.
I heard that was such a good fucking match.
I gotta watch that. Dude.
So good. Go watch it, man. You have my NJPW World shit. Go watch it.
I will. All right, Mike, you're up. Try to be quick about it because I want to try to have at least a 5-minute break before we come back from break.
Yep. Honorable mention. I'm going to start off with is Goldberg WCW. As soon as you hear the drum, as soon as you hear that fucking drum beat, you know it's game over.
Yeah, 100%.
Bret the Hitman Hart. The guitar riff speaks enough.
Yep.
Taka Michinoku's son.
Taka is coming.
Exactly.
Motherfucker.
Subscribe to WWE.
Walk by Pantera, Rob Van Dam, ECW.
Oh.
I totally forgot he used that.
Exactly, dude. It's the fucking. As soon as you hear it, it's better than any of his other themes. Evolution, specifically Line in the Sand by Motorhead.
Evolution is a mystery.
Now, which version? Because they actually had two. Because of course they did. There was a Jeff Johnson edited one, and there was the where he added some riffs with Motorhead, and then there was the original.
I like both equally. I can't choose between the two. Honestly, the best version is with the clock at the beginning.
Do you like the part where it opens up with Evolution?
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you like the Jim Johnson edit then.
And last one, and I know somebody's gonna sit there and say, "No fucking shock, it's Mike." Battle Cry, Kenny Omega.
Because of course.
Dude, that song is fantastic.
Dude, Little V Mills, dude.
Glass shatters, huh?
No, dude. Honestly, as soon as you hear the beginning tones.
Yeah,
and you get it's honestly the best. It's honestly, in my opinion, one of the best representations of a character. Plus, it's a song by Little V. I can't say no.
Little V fucking Mills, dude.
Dude, that's how I found out about Little V Mills, literally from Kenny Omega. So
super good.
Shout out Little V Mills, by the way. You know what?
We'll put a link in the description if you don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah,
if you don't think you're a nerd.
Absolutely, go check him out. In fact, you know what? Just for the fuck of it, the outro music will be his I always forget the name of it, but Mike, you know what track I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I won't even spoil it. You'll hear it at the end. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a break.
Wait.
What?
I do have one segment to talk about wrestling before we head into break. It's gonna be a really quick one.
Be very.
I put in a segment called "Scrapped Matches in Wrestling History." So
shit. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of forget it because, well, obviously, it's a good idea that we bring this up before break because otherwise it gets scrapped. Giggity.
You know what? When we come back from break, we will talk about scrap matches in wrestling history.
All right, that's great. Perfect.
Here's our shameless plug. Take it away, epic voice guy Mike.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
All metal mayhem. Colleen Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title, best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Star.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title, the Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
And welcome back to the Indy Force, and
I'm sorry, I didn't even know we're back.
Yeah, right.
You caught me just as I was finishing a drink.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. I'll just show Casey downing a drink while we come on. Anyway. Oh, by the way, before we continue, I meant to ask you this, but I thought you were dead in Miami eating too much Hooters.
It wasn't too much Hooters. It was too much Popeyes.
Oh. I thought Hooters was funnier, so fuck it. Anyway.
Because you actually had physical proof.
Yes, I had.
Wait, does that mean, James, when I die, you're going to pull up the fucking picture of me from 12, almost 10 years ago?
I might. No, if you die. Because remember.
Okay, well, I can I can actually fix that.
No, don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
No,
I'm gonna make fucking mac and cheese.
I will make mac and cheese.
Mike.
And ain't nobody gonna stop me.
All right. Scrap matches in wrestling history. So, Nikos, what's yours? Because this is your topic. We'll have you go first, and then Mike, you can go after him.
Yeah.
What the hell? Your
I was
camera
dead.
went out.
What happened?
So, thing with scrap matches is a lot of people tend to, not remember them so clearly or try to remember the feuds. There was this one feud that I thought would make it big, including like a huge WrestleMania event. Undertaker versus Mordecai.
Right.
For those of you who don't know Mordecai, he's like the holier-than-thou priest.
He was opposite Undertaker. He was opposite.
Yeah, the opposite Undertaker. It felt like it was really going to be a good feud, except, one, I feel like that gimmick should have been released during when Undertaker did the Ministry of Darkness era. And two, I guess people just didn't really see into the gimmick that well, especially the fact that Mordecai wasn't exactly just favorable to many.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the Mordecai gimmick was one of those things of, this isn't going to work the way that we want it to.
No,
I mean, if it was, released during Ministry of Darkness era, then it would have worked out fine.
Maybe.
Got light side versus dark side. And it would have been a really good WrestleMania feud, but again.
Yeah. Well, Shawn Michaels did it better, let's be honest.
I think Michaels and Taker.
I wonder where he got that
match. Okay. Do you guys mind if I start?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Well, Sting and Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
You had them bolt in the company in WCW at the same time and did nothing with them.
No, they just buried the Ultimate Warrior by having him in one of the fucking worst matches.
Let's have him
WCW history.
Let's have him go after Hogan. Out of all the people he had to go up against, why did it have to be the sucker of emotion, Hulk Hogan?
Because he wanted his fucking win back. That's
the other one I would also say is probably The Rock and Shawn Michaels. We never got that.
Yeah.
That would have been such a good
That would have been amazing. They're two of the best workers of all time.
By the way, can you guys see Mike? Because I can't.
Yeah, I can see Mike.
Okay, cool.
Trust me, Case, you're not missing anything important.
Yeah.
It's just
I know.
It's just my face.
Just wanted to be sure. Just wanted to be sure.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and fucking Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
I know a lot of people are going to say, well, we got Hogan versus Rock.
I got one better for you because I know what area you're talking about. Ultimo Dragon versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Dragon versus
Dragons.
Dragon.
That would also be good. Ray versus AJ. Has that happened yet?
No.
Rey Mysterio versus AJ Styles?
Has that happened at all on WWE?
I don't think it did. Did it?
I don't think it can now because Ray actually could be susceptible to the fucking COVID-19 shit, so he's
God. I got a good one. Triple H and Harley Race. That's fucking money. That literally prints.
Well, we're just naming off dream matches now. I think Nico specifically is talking about scrap matches.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if any scrap matches come to your minds, it's acceptable.
The obvious one obviously would be Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin. I mean,
yeah, honestly, actually, the scrap match would be Hogan and Lesnar. I mean, no, fucking Austin and Lesnar.
Another match, another feud that we were robbed of because fuck you, Nia Jax. Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, 1-on-1, not the triple threat bullshit.
Oh yeah, that.
We were supposed to get that. Everyone was looking forward to that the most, and of course, we got it robbed from us. And And we're never going to get them one-on-one match because, by the way, in case you couldn't tell, by the way, Ronda Rousey is done. She ain't coming back.
No, she can't stand the WWE fan base.
And she's right to do so.
I don't blame her. It's a not very fucking fun community.
I was actually talking to Colleen about how toxic. Not everybody, by the way. Don't take this as a personal attack. But most the fandom of pro wrestling can be very toxic sometimes.
Oh, it's cancer, dude. If unless you find people that you're passionate about it with, or you're just like, I want to be able to have a discussion about it and not be yelled at for my opinion.
Right.
Then you're fucked because it's gonna happen eventually.
Like, I'll yell my opinion, but I'm not going to yell at people because they think that Jinder Mahal was a good WWE champion. Like, whatever, to each their own.
To each their own, but you're wrong.
Well, I'm talking about the specific portion of the fan base that will literally call Roman Reigns a coward when he walked out of WrestleMania.
Go fuck yourself. You have every right to do that.
The other fan base. And I understand where Ronda's coming from there. But anyway, that's beside the point. Another
Casey, you got any matches?
Yeah, Casey, do you have any matches?
I feel like, oh man, what would have been a good one? I don't know if we can really call it scrapped because we did actually get it, but I feel like Shawn Michaels versus Steve Austin could have been so much better had Michaels not gotten injured.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's fair enough. If we're talking dream matches from a Japan standpoint, and I don't think they've ever had a match together. And if they did, it was ages ago. I wish we could have gotten a match between Jushin Thunder Liger and Ultimo Dragon.
I would have, honestly, since they were both in WCW at the time.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. I don't know if they actually did, and it was just buried under all the other shit going on in 98.
I honestly wish that we got Bret Hart in fucking Jericho.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Bret Hart Angle. Yes.
Absolutely. That would have been money.
Oh, sign me
that. That would have been money.
Oh.
Dude, I would have loved to. I would have loved to be there to see it. Hell, I'd love to call it.
I swear, if somebody goes, I really wish that we got Sting versus Undertaker match already happened.
No.
Match already happened though.
You know what? I don't even want that. I don't even want that incarnation of that match to happen. No. I don't think it ever made sense anyway, and it would have been too much of a clash.
The Rockers versus the Rock and Roll Express.
Whoa.
Good one.
Versus the Dynamic Dudes in a triple threat.
Versus the Skyscrapers.
No, the Skyscrapers would destroy them.
Arn Anderson and Tully. Hold on. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard versus the Hart Foundation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's one. The Road Warrior. We mentioned this last week. I wish we could have gotten it. The Road Warriors versus the Dudley Boys.
Oh yeah, and they were in the same company at the same time too, which is fucking crazy.
So if we're talking about dream matches, I feel like this would be a really good match. We all know what the Four Horsemen, the original Four Horsemen, were capable of as a team. Have we ever seen them go at it in a fatal four-way?
Which members of the Four Horsemen though?
I think the OGs.
Yeah, the OGs, dude. Here's your your Four Horsemen members: Anderson, Flair, Benoit,
Malenko, and Benoit. Yeah.
Those are your Four Horsemen members.
That's my favorite incarnation of the Horsemen.
It's the best version because they're all the incredible mat technicians that are fantastic.
Yeah. I love that incarnation. I know a lot of people love the original, and I understand. Trust me, I get it. But, dude, you can't beat Malenko and freaking. Although it was so short-lived, that's the sad part.
Okay, I got two more.
Then they joined what was it? Freaking Shane Douglas's group before they became the Radicals when they left.
I have two more for you.
Yeah.
Rick Rude versus Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
Don't know how he got it. I don't know how he never got it, but that match is not recorded anywhere in history.
I could have sworn we got that.
The last match that I would have won out of all the matches, Shawn Michaels and Macho Man Randy Savage. The most technical fucking match ever.
Yep.
Michaels and him would have made... That would have been a mint match. That would have been fucking main event WrestleMania worthy. It's so... With the title on the line. It's so good.
So good.
But Vince was a butthurt because,
You know what?
When I was doing commentary.
Kind of old. You know what, Macho? You're getting kind of old. I'm like 35. You're getting kind of old. We're going to put you on commentary.
I'd love to see him say that now. And then you just fucking blow up a picture of the fucking Undertaker, who he still has wrestled to this day.
You blow up a picture of Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah.
Fighting in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
How about the amount of legends?
A picture of bald as fuck Shawn Michaels.
It's fucking. It's still uncomfortable, bro.
Hey Vince, this is what you're gonna look like in a couple years. Oh wow, I can't believe I still have.
One can only hope.
Here's what Shawn Michaels is gonna look like in a couple years.
We're gonna here's the thing. We're gonna skip the Alinity topic because fuck it, I don't care much about her. And it turns out I was wrong when I initially reviewed it. So how about we move on to I was gonna say the Seinfeld horror game, but Nikos, you have something you wanted to rant about, my good sir.
Is it the nipple rings? I'm sorry, I'll put them away. Give me a second.
No, just let Nikos.
I gotta put my LGBTQ nipple rings away. Hold on.
Let Nico
sit back. Just sit back and let.
But if he comes at me, dude, I gotta fight back.
Dude, just sit back and let the Greek anger flow.
Have fun.
What happened to Naughty Dog games?
They made Sleeping Dogs and Crash Bandicoot.
And The Last of Us 2.
Uncharted games, and Ratchet and Clank, and more renownedly known, The Last of Us.
Yes.
Now, as I talked about last episode, one of my favorite games was The Last of Us. And I was really, really hoping that a sequel would be better than the first. Until I got spoiled with the story leaks. So I'm not going to spoil it for everyone because I want you to...
Hold on really quick. Those are not confirmed by Naughty Dog yet to be actual parts of the story. They're just leaks. We don't know if they're true or not.
True. But the fact that they could be real is just shockingly disappointing. Especially for the director's standards. So, I'm just going to say it out here. I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't want to disappoint anything for the fans until this game releases. So, this is what I'm going to say. I'm just going to lecture you all about two people. First one is a woman named Amy Hennig, who was renowned as one of the greatest writers of the Naughty Dog industry. She had many opportunities to work for other companies, but because of her major, she had to work someplace else. She worked at an entertainment where I can't name off the top of my head, where critics would constantly bash her for the company being too sexist, and she would reply, she really doesn't care. All her life, she's had men supporting her, and she would always thank the guys and girls for helping her. So she moved to Naughty Dog. There was one person who disliked her writing. This person would be the director of Last of Us 2, Neil Druckmann.
Now, really quick, a quick thing that I just looked her up online just to make sure that the information is correct. Casey, did you know that she worked on the Soul Reaver series?
I'm not.
She worked on the Soul Reaver series and the first 3 Uncharted games.
She's worked on, actually, Nico, she's worked on 4 Uncharted games. She worked on Jak 3. She worked on Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2, and Legacy of Kain Defiant. So she worked in the entire franchise. Continue.
That's correct.
I did not know this, but I'm not surprised by this.
Yes, she's been a director and writer of like a whole bunch of projects. But continue.
So Druckmann didn't like her based on her writing. He claimed that he wanted her writing to be more progressive.
Oh, fuck off.
Now, problem with this, and I'm going to give it from a perspective of somebody who's played the Legacy of Kain franchise. Her writing, and specifically her directing, is cinematic marvel. If you want
that is true.
To challenge you vocabulary base with Shakespearean formatted writing,
that's what she's known for. Yeah.
It's super fucking good.
So basically, Druckmann let go of Hennig,
which is fucking retarded.
Which is retarded, of course. And there was a tweet he said. Basically, I'm paraphrasing here. We're saying, well, Last of Us 2 is not made to be fun. Ellie's story is made not to be fun. It's supposed to be dramatic. And I influenced some great writing based from my own, quote-unquote, personal politics.
Now, okay, no game, at least in my perspective, and I know I could be wrong, unless the game is based upon political agendas such as Papers, Please, which is based upon the Democratic, or should I say, Papers, Please is primarily about the dictatorship of Russia during the time period of, suicide bombings and shit like that. But anyway, yes, Last of Us 1 was a tragic game, but it had a lot of moments in the story, and that's why I like the game for story, not gameplay, but story. Had a lot of those genuine human moments.
Yes.
We're able to go, oh, I understand. This is honestly a rational way of thinking when you're put into this type of situation. Where on the opposite spectrum, you have fucking, I don't even know. I can't even give a good example, but like just dumb, terrible, stupid decisions that you keep going to the characters going, why? Why are you taking the fire escape when you can walk out the front fucking door?
Now,
basically,
may I comment on this?
Comentos? Oh, you want umo comentos? Go.
Let me
James, comment on this.
Here's what I will say, and this is why people get angry when you do dumb shit like this. If you say it's your political agenda, it will fail. It will
ruin the game.
Fail. It will ruin the franchise. It will ruin your credibility. It ruins it because, and I'm going to say this quietly so I don't piss anybody off, politics are kind of bullshit. So,
they are. Politics are not meant to be fun.
No.
It doesn't even deserve to be on this type of medium.
No. So, video games is an entertainment medium. Video games, any entertainment is a medium to basically divert your attention and give you a form of escapism. That is what a video game is supposed to do. It is not supposed to remind you that there are political agendas, unless you do it right.
Now,
unless it is from the heart and it is genuine, and the person is supposed to be somewhat progressive because of their experiences, and that's how it's supposed to be, and it's from the heart, then you can do it.
True.
Then and only then. If you're not doing it that way, no one's gonna buy your bullshit.
Exactly. And by having this fucking
I completely agree.
Lord mess with this game that has been hailed as the greatest for the past couple of years for its cinematic amazing success.
Yep.
It's terrible. Even though he says it's not supposed to be fun, but it's supposed to be for the experience. You're supposed to get into this feeling immersed. It's not like you play Last of Us and there's like a mini game where you're playing fucking Mario Kart or some shit.
Yeah.
That's Nintendo. This is Sony. This is Naughty Dog. And the way that this is going, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything, but story.
Can I really quick give an example of one piece of work from her that got canceled by Electronic Arts?
Sure, go ahead.
That she worked on the story of. Specifically, she set the direction for how the cutscene was going to go for E3. Now, Casey, you should recognize this little image better than anybody because you and I watched the E3 where this little thing popped up.
Yes, exactly.
That. Yes.
That.
It was going to be a third-person open-world Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Which later was turned into something completely different.
You may know what this game is somewhat resembling to, and you remember how much of a pile of trash it actually was. Because fuck EA.
Yeah, Electronic Arts is not my best friend. However, they did release Fallen Order, which I thought was very good, but I would have preferred a game where it's trying to deal with the Empire firsthand instead of just kind of once in a while.
Anyway, that's besides.
Continue with blatant disregard of human emotion into political agenda.
Well, someone in my group chat that I'm in, he leaked out the entire story. Again, it's a leak, like you said. It may not be confirmed by NoDQ, but from after reading it, it sounds like it.
It definitely has their story beats.
Yeah.
Well,
Posted by an anonymous source, and you could. And first, I'm just going to spoil this one thing. It's a revenge cycle story from the first game.
So what you're saying is a game that is not polished. It is a not. Listen, here's how your usual revenge story goes. You attacked me, you fuck, and I'll come back after you after what you did. Well, now I'm coming after you for what you did to me. It's a never-ending retarded cycle that is not good fucking story development.
It's based on a character who we've never seen from the first game. It's one of those off-screen characters. Like, for instance, this one I'm going to spoil for the character. Do you remember in the ending of The Last of Us, the first game, where Joel saves Ellie from the surgeons? The surgery room? One of the surgeons Joel kills had a daughter. That's your villain.
Retarded.
And she goes on a killing spree looking for Joel and Ellie.
Okay. Can I tell you what that's...
Ending is disappointing.
Do you know what that is? You know what that is exactly like?
What?
If you don't mind me saying it like this.
Go.
Saying is Naughty Dog made Snoke. A character we've never seen before, but comes into power and we don't know why.
Yes,
but it's only what you're saying is it's only there to be progressive, is what you're saying.
It's only there to be something really. It's a dumb plot device. It's a stupid ass plot device that makes no fucking sense.
If we said it with Snowflake, Safe Space, and the rest of the New Warriors, will say with this, unless it's genuine and unless it's something outside the box, don't write garbage because of political agenda. Don't.
If you want, story based upon I want to talk about the 1960s time period of American culture and how A and B are one of the major reasons why society is as it is today because of the space race. Whatever. That's up to you.
Yeah.
Just whatever you take your political view and go, I need to go historically accurate with shit. I can't have a political agenda. It turns out the entire time JFK was a Nazi.
Yeah.
No. Because I wanted to make him a Nazi.
Yeah, screw that.
Like, and plus, Druckmann even said that, we've modeled the characters like Ellie, her girlfriends, and the main villain less female to get this. They made the females look more androgynous to fit the political progressive narrative. And I'm just sitting there like, this is a fucking apocalypse game.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares about this political agenda?
Yep.
I just want to play this.
Listen,
why the fuck are political agendas influencing a game about that?
Because apparently they want to be more progressive.
Phoenix down.
To a specific fan base, and guess what? It's only going to make it worse.
Yeah, stop doing it. Stop doing it.
Pretty soon, Ghost of Tsukushima is going to come out. You don't see any political freaking references or agendas in that game. Because what is Ghost of Tsukushima about?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, right now we don't really know because there hasn't been too much information floating about yet.
But basically, you kind of understand the concept based from the trailers, correct?
Oh, agreed. But it's still the fact that you're getting. Listen, Cyberpunk 2077 is not about the post-traumatic stress of human civilization. It's about people becoming fucking radical cyborgs.
And Keanu Reeves is a villain for some reason.
Or hero, depending on how you look at things.
Yeah.
Villain is just hero with a different letter.
Hey, at the end of the day...
But the thing is, when I looked at the trailer for Last of Us 2, where I see Ellie playing her guitar, blood streaming down her face, looking at Joel saying, I'm gonna kill every last one of them. What I got from the tweets, nothing like that. It's basically Adronimus Kratos revenge cycle story. And it's garbage.
Now, here's the whole thing. If you want to have a political undertone where it's supposed to be, if you think about the story, you think about it from a specific perspective, I completely understand it. Like, I'll give an example. If your game's under part of it was going, this game shares themes with the Holocaust. Okay, that's fine. You can absolutely do that. That's completely fair because it has historical accuracy and proof behind it to make it a real thing. But when you are making a fucking game that is for entertainment, let's put that first. Entertainment.
Yeah.
That is what you're supposed to do and take your political views and nonsense and throw it out the fucking window. Now,
again, unless it comes from the heart and makes sense with the actual...
Naughty Dog is about to be put on the same... If this fucking game does come out, and this is big, we're not talking about, it's
The Last of Us.
We're not talking
about... It's the biggest game since the first one. And now that people are going to play this game when it comes out, they realize that they're just going to play for the gameplay and not for story.
Exactly.
If that's going to happen...
Stupid.
Naughty Dog, you need to do 3 things before this releases in June or July.
Fire the moron that wants to create a political agenda.
Fire Neil Druckmann. Because he didn't direct or write the story for Last of Us 1. No, he wrote it for the DLC. And you can tell.
Yeah.
2, bring back Amy Hennig.
Yes.
She could write a better story than that cuck. And 3rd, don't even release it in June, July. Restart the whole story.
Please.
I don't care if it takes you another 5 years. This game will bomb if Naughty Dog ends.
No, here's what's going to happen. It's not going to bomb because it has The Last of Us 2 as its title. But what it's going to do is it's going to...
Their future titles will vastly be affected.
Now, here's the whole thing. Naughty Dog is known for making Crash fucking Bandicoot, and that series is great. They made fucking Sleeping Dogs, which I really enjoy for gameplay's sake, and I really like the story to Sleeping Dogs. I thought that game was fucking fantastic. They made Uncharted, Nathan fucking Drake, dude. One of the you can't have Laura Croft and Nathan Drake in the same room because you go, oh, that's the same character.
Right.
They gave Nolan North a real career out of one of his best roles, one of his best characters. The fact that these fucking idiots are going to sit there and go, well, this individual here, listen, I believe that gay is okay. Gay is okay. Nobody's fucking arguing that point. No. But I really think that gay is okay. No, but nobody's arguing against the point. No. You're not getting it. Gay
if you shove the agenda so much down our throats, it's just not going to work.
This game is going to... If this game becomes the way that it is and people start going, well, it's starting to make me think about my ideologies and make me an individual. So what you're saying was you were a fucking moron before you played this.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's supposed to... Like, again, it's supposed to be a horror game. It's a horror apocalypse game. There is no political agenda whatsoever.
No, it's supposed to tell you that, hey, you know what? When life gets hard... Fuck, does the government not back you up when it's needed?
It doesn't.
It makes sense.
It doesn't work. You can't have political ideologies in an apocalypse game. That's fucking oxymoron.
And the way, based from these leagues...
Actually, you can.
You can, but you have to do it.
It's called Fallout New Vegas, and it's the best Fallout because of the fact that there's...
That's it.
Yes, true. But the way
that was a game based upon political undertones.
The way that these leaks use Joel and Ellie's character throughout the story, again, based from the leaks, is fucking abysmal. And again, no spoiler here, but you will be disappointed to see what will happen when this leader starts hunting them down. It'll make you think. It'll make you think back in the first game where it's like, wow, Joel and Ellie are a great team. They can survive through everything. Joel nearly died protecting Ellie. Second game, they're like pieces of meat. They just have no character whatsoever. They're merely just tools for revenge, and that's just lazy storytelling.
Hey, so basically what you're saying is they Sonic 06 it minus the political undertones. Story started off great, and then it's going to crash and burn.
No, dude, let's be honest. The story of Sonic 06 was trash at the beginning. As soon as you go, why am I looking at Final Fantasy Sonic the Hedgehog? What the fuck am I looking at?
Why does Silver look like Cloud?
Why does Silver look like Trunks? Why is Shadow straight up Vegeta?
Yeah.
Why is Dr. Eggman not as fat as he usually is?
Why does he look more human than every other character in the game, yet he has a cartoonishly big mustache?
So, moral of the story is...
But, all right, to end my rant, basically, you have to get rid of Druckmann. That man is going to ruin Naughty Dog games.
Oh, yeah. But listen, you can have a political agenda and make a good game. It's been proven in history. But you can't fucking make it your entire... I need the world to share my political views. Who gives a fuck what your political views are? They're your views. Nobody's going to be able to share your point of view because you're the only one looking at it. Listen, you can look at me and say, this shirt here is black. But I'll sit there and say, I don't know, it's kind of like a navy blue-ish color. And we'll get into like a 45-minute argument over what fucking color my shirt is. Guess what? It's a fucking color. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. And with The Last of Us, it's just a game. You really don't need to put any message in it. So, to end my rant, basically, obviously, you need to make some changes in the future. Because if this game comes out and it receives disappointing reviews, hey, don't say I didn't warn you, okay? And even if the spoils or leaks are facts, credible or not, be warned. Because if that shit comes out as true, don't come crying to me or to fucking Sony or not others saying, hey, we want our money back. This is shit. I'm just pointing it out for you. If you really want to save some coin, just don't try to invest. If you want, go ahead and buy it. Maybe you get immersed by the graphics and the gameplay, but story-wise, forget it. I mean, there's a part of me that says you should get it just to see what it's like. Maybe the leaks aren't facts or credible.
I would say, listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. IGN is going to take a fucking handout, which they usually do, let's be honest. That's why Casey and I have agreed for a long time now that IGN is not a news source.
No.
But unless it comes to shit that's like obvious new games coming out, that's when they're a news source. But when it comes to actual shit... IGN, GameFAQs, IGN, Game Ranks, fucking Game Radar, all the goddamn things, including fucking Game Informer, it's all handouts. That's all they make their money off of. You want an actual game with an actual score, you come here. Because I don't care. I'll fucking buy it and play a brand new game and give you my opinion upon it. I think FF7 is fantastic from my personal perspective. I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. From what I've been able to play and from what I've been able to see, it's a solid fucking 9 out of 10. Is it perfect? No, but no game should be.
No. That being said, speaking of people...
off my rent, basically, I'm just telling you here right now, just don't buy this game only just for the stupid political agenda that they try to use. And if you try to like dislike this video or to say otherwise, I don't really care. I don't care. Your pity, your dislikes mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you applaud.
Yeah, exactly.
In any case, we do have some good news. We got some good news.
Well, hold on. Before we even get to the good news, I was going to say, speaking of, we should probably switch the topics to kind of go inside people that should be gone from certain things. Hey, Mike, Kathleen Kennedy, eh?
Yeah.
Only took him 6 films.
You know, I was watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit today, and I found out that she was part of that movie.
Yeah. Well, you can tell.
Hey, fucking excuse me?
Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy was part of it.
She's a producer. She usually produces content. All right, let me put it like this.
Yeah, good content, not fucking Star Wars content.
Put it like this. Let me put it straight. She's getting fired. Or at least she'll be put down in her position in 2021. Her contract was extended till 2021. We don't know what's going to happen till 2021. But I am hoping that her ass is at least brought down a peg on the corporate ladder and somebody can come in and do better stuff with it.
Yes.
Because I will say this. I'm not a fan of the new trilogy. I'm not. I'm bored. It fucking. No one is. I shouldn't listen. If my old man is watching, my old man and I decided to go and see The Last Jedi when it came out, and I decided to watch Rise of Skywalker on my own. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna download it illegally online. I don't give a shit. I don't even care."
Mm-hmm.
You know what's bad when my old man, who got me into Star Wars, is falling asleep halfway through the fucking movie.
Yep.
That's bad.
That's terrible. That's literally terrible. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at me and say different things, and that's fine. But as an individual that cares about this franchise more than I should,
right.
I do not agree with the factor that there should be, we've talked about it previously, that no political agenda should be on this at all.
Yep.
And if somebody thinks, oh, well, that previous thing that you guys put up about Kathleen Kennedy ruining Star Wars, or runners of Star Wars, according to James's English.
Yeah.
Did I fuck it up?
You fucked up Ruiner. It's called Runner. You made it Runner. Runnier.
I'll fix that right now.
Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. It's one fucking mess up. Who cares? No, it's mostly because of the simplistic factor of I just want her gone. That's all I care about. Just have her stop working on this franchise because of the fact that she has no fucking idea what she's doing. No. She's okay with scripts, and then when the movie comes out, it bombs. And it's like, well, I fucking wonder why that happened. Is it because none of the stuff in these movies is challenging your audience? Or should I say, or is entertaining in any fucking format and way? Because The Last Jedi, I was bored watching. And I shouldn't be bored watching a Star Wars movie. And I know somebody's going to sit there saying, well, Mike, you're 24 years old. At this point, you should absolutely know what's going to be in a Star Wars movie. Should I really, though? Should I really know what the fuck's going to happen in these movies, like 100% all the way through? Should I really know that? As I said, this was my pitch and my idea. This is just me. If she's bitching and moaning that, oh, well, we don't have the comics to back ourselves off of, then you shouldn't have made them fucking... You should have just said they're canon. Make them canon and everybody's happy. No, you decide to come in and say, well, they're not canon up to a certain point, and it's up to this specific example, but this one is canon even though it's a part of the new timeline, but this one isn't, but this one is, but this one isn't. But you're just fucking around with the timeline of events that we could go 10,000 years into the past before the Battle of Yavin and 500 years into the future, and we're able to know that entire history of stuff.
Yep.
It's cancer, and I want her gone. I want her gone. I just want her gone. I know a lot of people are going to sit there and say, you don't like it because Lucas isn't running the movies. Yeah, that's primarily the reason, because it was his vision for Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people can sit there and say, but he made fucking Jar Jar Binks, and that character sucks. Yeah, it's better than having a character that almost, I don't know, fucking accidentally kills her and her love interest within a couple seconds of being in frame.
Yep.
Do I have to remind anybody of Finn's second girlfriend? That comes out of nowhere, and instead of talking to him and having a conversation and saying things, she runs his ass almost completely off the road.
Yes.
Almost killing him in a fucking violent accident against fucking First Order AT-ATs. It's just, Casey, you gotta back me up here.
You're saying it all. You're saying it all for me, man.
Am I crazy? Like, am I nuts? Am I losing my fucking mind?
No, you're not. It's the.
Well, I already did my rant, so at this point, anything is acceptable.
Yeah.
Like, am I going crazy? Like, have I lost it finally? Am I finally fucking? Am I like this close of hitting me with the forget me stick, and then finally just forgetting everything that's going on? Because I feel like I'm gone nuts. Like, I've entered a fucking parallel dimension where Disney has owned the world, and where the government's allowing a fucking monopoly of entertainment being held under the House of Mouse.
Dude, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if wrestling's next, to be honest.
Oh, it wouldn't shock me. But all I'm trying to say is, I don't hate Kathleen Kennedy as an individual because I do not know Kathleen Kennedy as an individual. But Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, I cannot stand. For the fact that all it takes is one shirt. And for me, that shirt spoke fucking miles more than what the words on the shirt said.
Mm.
The fact, in case I don't know if you've seen it, but it was on the thumbnail of one of the highlights that James did. The Force is female.
Yep.
A connective force that combines us, surrounds us, pulls us together, binds us.
Yep.
Has a gender.
So not only is a religion, but it's also a gender now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already, as I've talked about before, Jedi are straight up space wizards.
Fact.
Sith are just evil space wizards.
Yes.
Yes.
But when you fuck with my space wizards and make it impossible for these characters to die, then I just get annoyed. Especially when it comes to the fact of, I'm going to throw you down this shaft into literal death and you lived?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you do that? Never explained.
Before we continue, or before we could talk about this all day long, but I do want to move on to obviously the topic you were going to talk about. But I wanted to switch that around, obviously. Because
I know. I'm just gonna leave it at this. I'm gonna leave it at this. Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know you as an individual, and I don't care about you as an individual. But as president of LucasArts, get the fuck out of my galaxy far, far away.
If you guys agree, there's actually
now.
a petition right now to get her at least demoted or fired right now on change.org. So
especially
if you want to sign it, it's down below.
Especially when you fire Hayden Christensen. That's fucked.
Yeah,
let's get rid of Anakin Skywalker. Nevertheless, let's cancel the Obi-Wan movie that everybody wanted to watch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Anyway, let's get on to the good topic that I wanted to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, Streets of Rage 4, Samurai Jack is getting a game. We have a Season 2 of, I'm not sure, TWAU, that would be...
The Wolf Among Us Season 2.
This is getting a Season 2, Cyberpunk 2077, and we were going to talk about this in a positive light, but we might as well just completely cut that.
Yeah.
But Streets of Rage, if you've never played it, Sega, side-scroller beat 'em up, very fun. If you're looking for a game that's goofy and weird and wacky, it's Streets of Rage. It's super good. It's a classic side-scroller beat 'em up where you just lay waste to punks in the street that try to get in your way. Samurai Jack is finally getting an actual game that isn't on a fucking Game Boy, and I can't wait for that, and I hope it's good. If
I totally want to play it. I totally want to play it.
Dude, it's the whole series in video game form.
Yes! Let's go.
Now here's the question. How is it going to be when it comes to combat?
It's got to be Adult Swim, honestly.
No. Let me explain what I mean by that. Not who's making it combat-based. I'm
talking about the animation. It's got to be the Adult Swim recent.
No, I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking... James, you're talking about things that are not what I'm talking about.
You're talking about fighting style.
I'm thinking of...
I'm talking about how it's going to play.
Right.
Not how it looks, how it's going to play.
Oh, God, I really hope that it's like...
Why do I want to say
Batman Arkham City games.
Why do
I'm okay with them taking the Batman Arkham system for swordplay. I'm fine with that.
Why do I get the feeling they're going to go for the Devil May Cry engine?
That would also be fun.
I
mean, if they're going to do it any, like, course in action, I mean, fuck. Let me think. Honestly, I think Nikos has it right on the head. Just because of how, like, the counter system would be super fun.
Maybe make a combination of both, maybe, if you can.
No. You know what? I'm wrong. Make it FF7.
Yeah.
Give me stance. Give me stance buttons. Allow me to fucking change my stances and do different things. My major question is gonna be, Is it open world, or are you playing it chapter based?
I feel like it's.
If it's the whole series in video game form, I feel like it'd be chapter based, but that's just me.
I feel like
I hope it's open world with chapter base. So
I see what you're going for. So you get to go to locations, but how you get there is based on cutscene.
Yeah.
Fine with that. I'm absolutely okay with that because I understand how fucking massive the Samurai Jack
or you
world.
could just
walk
to your
it's
location
huge.
and start the mission or chapter.
Agreed. So yeah, Samurai Jack, ladies and gentlemen, we're giving it our 2 big gorilla thumbs up here.
Yes. Streets of Rage as well. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
dude, it's a classic spectral beat 'em up.
I am so hyped for Streets of Rage 4. It looks like Blaze and is it Axel or Adam?
It would be Axel.
Yeah,
okay, so it looks like Blaze and Axel are back, and I could not be more hyped.
Now, here's the question: is it going to be as 90s cheese as the original game?
I hope the fuck so.
So James, I don't know if you've ever.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Mike. I gotta say this. The original Streets of Rage was on the first game cart I ever owned.
Yep.
It was a 6-pack and that's literally what it was called, 6-pack, 6-PAK, all capital letters. It was a compilation cart that had Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Columns, fucking Super Hang-On, The Revenge of Shinobi, and the first Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
That was my first introduction to the world of Genesis growing up, and I was about 4 when I got this.
Awesome. Yeah, I like Bare Knuckle 4, which is the original
title. It's
the Japanese title. So Streets of Rage, super good and fun. I can't wait to do complete leaps over my opponent's heads to deliver savage-ass German suplexes.
Yeah.
And if they're going to bring if they're going to bring a character back, bring back Max motherfucking Thunder. I want my wrestler to come back so I can pile drive fools into the goddamn concrete streets.
Ooh, muscle.
Oh, yes, so strong.
So strong.
Oh, beef it up, yes. On the
Max
top,
Thunder is literally just Bill Bogan.
Oh, he's fucking awesome though. That's such a good design for a character.
Yeah. Done.
The Wolf Among Us 2. I'm super excited for because the first game was fantastic. I think it's the best Telltale game ever made.
It is.
It's so fucking good with the art style, the comic book inspired graphics, and the most important thing, Big B is a well-developed good character with no political fucking undertones.
Yes. And you're probably going to be wondering, well, Telltale shut down. Who's going to be making this game? The same one who finished the final season of The Walking Dead, which was, I believe, Skybound Games.
Skybound Games, which is made from Remnants.
Didn't they finish the Batman second version as well?
Yeah, they finished season 2 of Batman, but I honestly think it's okay. The Batman Telltale series isn't fantastic. The story is
Again, I think that
it's too New 52, and I'm not a fan.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with it. They were also Undertale wasn't, or Undertale. That's the name?
Telltale.
Right?
Telltale.
They were. I always get them confused. Sorry, my bad. But Telltale always, they even said like it wasn't really that. They weren't really that passionate about it. They were passionate about doing a fight scenes with Batman, of course, because it's fucking Batman. But they didn't know enough about Batman to do a Batman game. But the freaking people they were working for were pushing it, ironically, like a political agenda. So that's what made the problem. Fuck it.
The problem with Telltale, and I think it's the problem with most game companies, is they just had too much shit on their plate. I mean, their magnum fucking opus was obviously Walking Dead Season 1. That game was
Season 1.
How it's put out together.
Their best masterpiece, however, was Season 1 of Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. It's like one of the most underrated fucking Telltale games. And honestly, if you're gonna be like going way back in time, they did Sam and Max, dude. Sam & Max is fantastic.
It is.
I've seen gameplay of it.
That was Telltale Games. They did Sam & Max.
They did Sam & Max, but like LucasArts gave them the license, and they did the Sam & Max games, which are super fun. If you want like a goofy fucking detective style story with some ridiculous plot, you absolutely
Fun fact. I don't know if this is before Telltale took over, but in the original Sam & Max games, now that you bring this up, the voice of Sam, at least I believe it was Sam, is the same guy who voices Goofy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Farmer.
Interesting.
Yep.
Bill Farmer. That's the guy's name.
That's
Talk
definitely
about a
before
drastic
Telltale.
changing characters. Holy crap.
Now, I have a question for you guys.
Go for it.
So, most of you know the story of Season 1 of The Wolf Among Us, right?
Yes,
we've discussed it amongst ourselves before.
So,
discussed it amongst us.
So, what do you think is going to be the story for Season 2?
It has to lead up to the farm.
It probably has to. Yeah.
We're talking as we're discussing it the way that we are right now. The Wolf Among Us, which is based off the comics by DC called Fable, which if you haven't read before, please go read. They're very fucking good.
I've actually you introduced me to Fable, actually.
Fable's super good at the series.
They're really good.
It's really fucking good. And I'm not talking about the games. I'm talking about the comics.
Yeah.
Although the games, from what I'm hearing, are quite good too.
Yes. I would recommend doing a little bit of a little bit of an idea of where these characters are going to eventually go. So go forward to go back. At least from my perspective, that's what I usually do. Yeah, I think that Fable is, Wolf Among Us 1 is fantastic. If they're going to go for 2, just generally do what you did for 1. Just do more.
Yeah.
That was an incredible that's an incredible detective story.
It is.
That is a film noir style story that takes place in a world of fantasy where you're able to understand these characters.
And you don't really see that anymore.
No, not really.
I think the closest thing we had to film noir as a detective story in the past 30 years was Dick Tracy.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, then we got Cyberpunk 2077 as well.
That's a big game.
Cyberpunk it's a really big game.
We're talking about
a breathtaking game if you want to get the meme factor in.
You're breathtaking.
See, Nikos gets it.
You're breathtaking, and you're breathtaking.
You're gay.
Breathtaking.
You're gay.
That was so hard.
You're gay.
Hey, I'm not Neil Druckmann, okay?
But in any case, the Cyberpunk 2077 based off of the board game / I think card game as well. I'm not sure if 2077 card, but Cyberpunk 2077 is based off of the board game of the same name, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it more than anything else. We've been waiting for a long time, and I know it's more the fact that it's the Sony push. That's what's going on, is the Sony push of like, guys, when's it coming out? And it's like, oh god, don't do this to us, please. And hear us out. We don't want to be No Man's Sky. Which, by the way, right now, fantastic. I think it's an incredible game, and they were able to do almost everything that they wanted to do and added so many more and extra features that they needed to put in. That game was just fucked over. Like, that game got super fucked over. I know a lot of people say, it's the worst game ever developed for modern consoles. Yeah, but that's only because of the fact that they didn't have the time to finish everything that they were going to do.
Yeah, true.
But it's not really their fault to begin. Just to put that out there, Cyberpunk 2077, hopefully, and it's a major hope, that they do all the stuff that is needed. Let's just make sure that this game is fun. True. Story, I've always said, do story last. Unless your game is story focused, but make gameplay fucking fun. I should be able to go from part A to part B of the game and go, I don't want to put the controller down. This is super good.
Yeah. You want to be beyond good and evil. You don't want to be Watch Dogs.
Yeah, no.
True.
How about we move on to the Seinfeld horror game, as you call it?
Oh my god, I'm so glad I found it. It's so fucking goofy.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost with that. You want?
Dude, I literally just looked up gaming news, and this was the first thing that appeared, and I went, Oh boy.
Hey, Nikos, why don't you read since you're the best reader out of all of us here?
Sure.
Hey, fuck you, asshole!
What, you want to read? You can read, Case.
I will pull this shit up.
You know
Give me
what,
2
Casey?
seconds.
We haven't put you on the spot for reading a lot, so you know what? Take it away, Casey.
This isn't high school. This shit isn't high school anymore. Mr. Nikos, it's your time to read the assignment this week.
Okay, so.
Fuck you, bitch!
So, someone made a Seinfeld horror game in Dreams, and it's amazing.
Really quick side note. Yeah, really quick side note, Case. Dreams is a creative game, I guess you could call it. And yeah, it's a create a game. Make your own games.
So it's RPG Maker, but for other genres.
It's RPG / fighting game maker, but it's literally for everything. You can make whatever the hell you want in this.
Sweet. Nice. So someone made a Seinfeld horror game in this, and it's amazing. In parentheses, Lee Weird. So this is written by Jordan Gerblick.
Who is very good at his articles, by the way. I've been able to go through him as well.
Yep. Written on March 10th, 2020. It says, Dreams yet again proves itself a tool for boundless creativity and to create nostalgic nightmares. So the gist of it is, there's a Seinfeld horror game in Dreams on PS4, and you can go ahead and file this under things eerily similar to a nightmare I had in 6th grade. In Sinfeld Chronicles by Mr. Iron Monkey, thanks Dominic Nero, you play as Seinfeld's nephew Donathan, whose voice can be heard as an internal monologue as you search for your uncle across different areas. You'll explore an impressively accurate recreation of Jerry Seinfeld's famous New York City apartment, as well as Cosmo Kramer's neighboring apartment and some of the surrounding exterior. There are Easter eggs referencing the 90s sitcom scattered everywhere, like the bright red light from a Kenny Rogers Roasters chicken restaurant beaming into Kramer's apartment, used here to impose a foreboding atmosphere into the scene. Walking into Kramer's bedroom, you'll come face to face with a terrifying doll basking in the blood red glow, which will kill you if you come too close. Jesus. Remember, this is a Seinfeld horror game. The developer behind the project is actually working on an entire New York-themed video game, where the Seinfeld portion seen here will eventually be joined by scenes from Moonstruck, Ghostbusters, and other New York-based TV shows and movies. You can follow the game's development over at Rare Bird Interactive on YouTube. The Scary Seinfeld game is one more project in a long list of Dreams creations that prove the software's ability to channel creativity into fascinating, and in this case, slightly disturbing, creations for the world to indulge in. Other examples include Stardew Valley and Ghost of Tsushima, which have both also apparently been made in Dreams.
Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Sony decided to release Dreams a good long time ago. So, just kind of a gist, I guess you could say. I'm going to read you just a quick bit of the so you kind of get an idea of what you're getting yourself into. But from what I know, it's done by Media Molecule, which you might recognize the name of if you are a
Little Big Planet fan.
Big Planet fan. They also did Terror Away, which is also fantastic as well. It's mostly it's a fully fledged game, gives you mechanics, assets, structures, music, art, and you get to do whatever the hell you want with it. I mean, for fuck's sake, if you're able to do this, what else can you do in this?
You know,
it's insane.
I might actually play this because the fact that you sold me with the Seinfeld horror game.
Well, it's more the fact that it's going to become a full-fledged game at some point with actual structures.
So it's
like
not.
That's
so it's
insane.
Is it references? Is it like
references of it? There's references to the sitcom all over the place, and there's plans to integrate
more York television series like
Moonstruck, Ghostbusters. Just to throw another one out there, Blue Blood.
So does that also mean Law and Order?
Okay.
What they should
You know what they should do? They should do like horror renditions of like the Seinfeld main theme and sound. That would be the best.
Like a horrifying organ piano version of the Seinfeld theme.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Kind of feels like eggs for Bart.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I really hope the developer continues doing their work. From what I've been able to see, it's fucking incredible. Like, oh my god, they did. The problem with a horror game is atmosphere, and they were able to nail atmosphere in a fucking 1990s sitcom.
Yes.
That's insane to me. Atmosphere, dude. It's the hardest thing to do when you're doing a horror game. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to look at me and say, but what about Resident Evil? I'm like, yeah, Resident Evil has good atmosphere and has a very good plot most of the time.
Most of the time.
Unless your RE3 remake, then you fucking suck dick.
But yeah, I would recommend if you're wanting something that's a little bit different, go for this. If you have a PS4 and you happen to have Dreams, definitely go play it. It's really interesting. I think this is a good addition to some of the stuff that we can bring out on this channel that have not been talked about prior.
Now, unfortunately, for some of you out there, this is just Dreams. This is not Nights into Dreams.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but Nights into Dreams is probably a game on Dreams.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No.
Great and totally underrated game, by the way. Criminally underrated. You people should go play it.
Oh, great.
Let's move on to Venom and MCU movies getting pushed back because of the virus.
Okay, it's not just Venom in the MCU. The Batman movie with Robert Pattinson is getting pushed back to 2021. Venom is getting pushed back to 2021. Black Widow is getting pushed back to 2021. A lot of movies.
Every movie that is action-based is going to be pushed back.
Yes, which makes sense because that's like an action movie requires a lot of hand-to-hand contact.
Yeah. So good on you filmmakers for putting the safety and health of your actors and cast first.
Unless you're Henry Cavill, then you're sitting at home making fucking Warhammer 40K figures.
Well, here's the thing.
That man is a legit god right there.
Dude, that is a gamer. That is a gamer that grew up and did something cool.
This is my theory, though. If they don't necessarily have to, they should postpone them just for release date anyway. But to make them, they could technically make them so long as they do what AEW is doing as far as testing your actors, making sure they're all good.
You have no idea how many people are on set during a movie a day.
I know it's way more than
it's a fucking nightmare to test that many people at once.
Trust me, I'm well aware. But this is what I recommend. You could work around it by doing having specific people on one day, having specific people on another.
No, James, you're not getting it. We're talking about over 100+ people on set a day,
and that's without counting the construction folks.
We're not even counting actors. We're not even counting director, sound guy. We're counting just general staff.
Yeah,
lighting, rigging, fucking
catering. Lighting, rigging, camera guys, catering.
It's a lot of shit, dude.
It takes a village to make a movie, man.
It takes we're talking about most movies. Like, I'll give an example. What's a good one? Even even with Return of the Jedi or Revenge of the Sith, it requires a lot of fucking people. I mean, my best example is Hoth in Empire Strikes Back. Those are all, they're not actors. None of the people that are out there fighting the Empire are actors. They're all Norwegians that wanted to be in a Star Wars movie.
Well, still, I mean...
It's a lot, dude. You're asking...
Non-professional actors, without even knowing, makes your movie good. Instead of just simply using CGI green screen people models like
fair enough. Yeah. So fair enough. I mean, I guess wrestling in a sense is different in that.
Okay, let me tell you exactly.
Very different.
So, James, the amount of people usually on a movie set is about 500.
Jesus Christ.
About 5.
I guarantee you it's even more with a freaking Marvel flick.
Oh, dude, it's about exactly
and
500.
any other superhero movie flick.
Like, we're talking about a big... Like, Iron Man 3, for fuck's sake, had a crew of 33,310.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
That's a lot of fucking people, dude.
Well, hey, at the end of the day, we just hope that this, people can at least, continue their passions once this virus ends.
Oh, I agree. And that's the whole thing. By the way, Venom is going to be going into Carnage, which is awesome. Yes. I can't wait for Cletus Cassidy to get the symbiote.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson, my dude.
And...
I swear to God, they better do the Natural Born Killers thing. I'll be super fucking stoked if they do that.
Yeah.
Remind me of the Natural Born Killers storyline after we get off.
Natural Born Killers is about him and I don't remember the name of the actress off the top of my head. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, but I think, if I remember correctly, Robert Downey Jr. is in it as a newscaster. And it's all about a couple going around, I think, Texas, maybe it's just some parts of the southern United States, murdering people because they believe that they have demons.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're all just born to be natural born killers. Super good movie. I would recommend it if you want something that's fucking weird. It's fucking weird, but it's super good.
Fair enough.
Sweet. All right.
All right. Last topic for the night.
So... the final topic, and this is actually a reaction because it is not owned by anybody, and I don't think we will get claimed for it, so thank you, Crip, for that. Crip.
Then it gets copyrighted, then we get claimed. No, we're fucked.
Yeah, we'll be alright. Right now, hey, you know what? It's one thing. We'll be alright. As long as we do the highlights, we should be able to make up the difference. If we ever make money, that is.
Yeah, right.
But hey.
We are so
people get paid for this? Oh my goodness!
Hey, you guys getting paid?
So.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
So motherfuckers be getting paid?
So Crypt, as everybody knows, won the Papa Challenge that KSI hosted.
Congratulations, Crypt.
Congratulations.
Obviously. We mentioned this in passing in one of the episodes. Now we're going to actually talk about Crypt obviously winning. He was very stoked about it. He was very humble in the fact that he actually got 10 out of the 13 finalists in a cipher. And it's called the Poppin' Cipher featuring the KSI Top 13. The only people that weren't in it were Ali Tommy Neek because he was already preoccupied with other videos he was doing, which, fair enough. I mean, holy shit. That video itself was ridiculous. And Mia's studio is closed. I guess she the studio that she does to actually do proper music, she couldn't go to. Although I don't understand why they couldn't have just gotten her a mic. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't come in time. And then King Batch just didn't answer. And then King Batch just didn't answer. So.
Because he's a person.
Mm.
Although it probably has to do with the fact that he probably didn't think he deserved it either, to be honest. But at the end of the day, we're going to check this out. We're going to review it. We're going to see how it is. And the reason I'm mainly doing this is a little test for Casey's Skype, hopefully not to crash.
Then it crashes as soon as you end this sentence.
Right. So,
also, James, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a good question.
Why are you coddling your speaker?
Oh, because it's late at night and I don't want to keep my parents up. But real quick, we're going to react to this. We're going to review it. And you know what? Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to start the recording and then I'm going to re-record just so that way, you know.
So you might see me change frames.
You might.
So.
I'm still in frame.
Yes.
I have not moved.
I see. Okay, here we go. We're going to screen share now with audio, and we're going to review this cipher. And I'm going to full screen this. Here we go.
Yeah. demolish the scene. We're waiting for better days. Leo came in and he's acting all cheeky, cause this is the breakaway. Yeah, they hate, he lip syncs and he's fake and trash allegedly. But soon, you'll be a fan if you like it or not, cause I'll take over eventually. Leo been coming in crazy, ready to bring up the intensity. Youngest to do it, I'm flowing like fluids, I stretch opportunities flexibly. Everybody really wanna pick up in the pedaling and post properly, just like I did. So inspirational, motivational, Leo on the beat, so sensational. I don't play it all, look at my actions, look at my work, I don't have to say it all. Going up vertical, and my bars are so lyrically surgical, very unmerciful. What I did is so irreversible, keep to myself so incontrovertible. Myself in the game cause I'm very submersible, very submersible. Yeah, all of my people are winning and grinning, all of us grateful, none of us winning. And if it's look how I'm picking it solo. Leo been doing it solo, everyone knows I'm a G like I'm Polo. That's how it is, representing for my mom and I'm making her proud, my dripper and Coco. I'm on the beat, go loco, outrap me, no go. Stand up tall, rap for my country, shout out my family, bronos. I'm moving my own, with my own toes. Shout out my family, shout out my people, they've been with me from day though. Yeah.
That was great. I actually like that verse. All right, so just for the record, we're gonna review each verse. That was banger. God,
so
Leo.
in summation, the thing go.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got out of that.
That was he went hard on that. He went hard on that. I love how humble he is, even when rapping. And by the way, this kid's wicked young. This kid's gonna go far. I'm
Kid's
telling
got bars.
Do not sleep on Leo.
Hopefully he doesn't get. I'm not gonna finish the fucking sentence.
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't even. I know where you're going. Don't.
No, I'm not. I'm just nope. I know somebody's gonna go in the comments and go, "Mike, you're a fucking dickhead," and I'd be like, "Dude, you have no idea."
All right. So next we got. I believe this is, your boy Mike. With the Star Wars scroller reference. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's up next.
Don't remember either.
But
the only dude I remember is the one with the superhero one.
If I trip about it, I'm only half pissed. A couple people lining up to ask me like an asterisk. They laughing in my face until I kill them with my ad-libs. So when you talk about 7, better mark me down as an underdog. Yeah. See right now, the juggernaut. Yeah. Be still treated like there's nothing wrong. But y'all waking up to beast, I'm a machine, I needed another cog. I wear this 13 proudly, cause I want y'all to doubt me. Keep saying how this wave is about to drown me. And then you'll be seeing me hang 10, that's too many bodies. Mayhem with the news, I probably make a beat and delete that shit, then the I did like the kid. God, man, I'm so Ozzy, I was born with a bad body. So sick,
I love that Osborne
waiting for my pocket to tick and I gotta get it till I sat Ozzy. Oh Lord. Boy, I've always been a dark horse. I was popping once, now I'm popping off. Want a dog to kick it on all fours, it's gas.
Yeah, gas. That's
down to sleep, I pray to the Lord above.
So I'll pause it right at the chorus that Crip did. Rate his verse. Actually,
Why do I recognize that location as much as I do?
I think that's a good question.
Wait a minute, number 30. Wait a minute.
Also, something I noticed popping. Did they change their beat?
No. This isn't a part of the challenge. This is just a cipher that Crypt, the winner of the challenge, did for the top 10 out of the 13 finalists.
Oh, okay.
So he did a song with all of them.
I was about to say, why'd they change their beat? Did
No.
they catch on to our little
song. Whole different beat.
Catch on to our little Crash reference?
No. But I really enjoyed the Ozzy Osbourne reference there, and yeah, he was the least voted. If you could believe that, people didn't like people liked his verse the least, was shocking to me because he was actually he was one of the best ones. Like on the Poppin' Challenge.
Quick question, James. How do you spell his rap name?
His name is I think it's Official Gats or something. Just look up Gats Poppin'. You should be able to find his channel.
I think 7.
Is Casey on here, by the way? Casey's still on.
I'm here.
Yeah, Casey's still here.
Cool. So, we'll while you're looking that up, Mike, I'm just going to continue playing. And first off, Leo's verse. What do we rate it out of 10? I rated a good, solid 9. I thought that was fucking great.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to sit out for most of these ratings because rap just isn't really my cup of tea, especially nowadays.
Whatever you say, ICP fan.
I was about to say, yeah, really. Well, here's the thing. All right, do you like rap that actually has lyricism to it?
I like rap that has heart behind it.
This has a lot of
Tupac, basically.
Tupac, Biggie, Jam Master Jay. that sort of thing.
Well, this has a lot of heart because these guys were literally a part of a challenge, and they really wanted to be a part of this. So,
wait a minute, James.
Yep.
What are the colors of the jersey that he's wearing?
New York Giants.
Oh, is it the fucking Giants? I can't tell by the colors from here.
He just, it was a number 13 jersey because he wears the 13 probably. That was a reference to the final 13.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike? What do you rate Leo's verse out of 10?
I thought it was good. I out of what rating, though?
1 to 10. I gave it a 9. Nikos,
I'll give it a 9. I think it's good.
What did you give it, Nikos?
I gave it a 9.
And then what about Gats? I rate his, I would say, about an 8. I enjoyed his.
Same.
There you go. Okay. Next verse.
I lose control like a Simtex bar, stick to your soul, watch them blow, click, C4 shot straight to your dome, watch your tone, look, my whole clique move with a cold man stuck, I know dudes that'll move on you in the cold, dog really think he a god, just like Anubis, false prophet. He's just a fraud behind a computer, you should stop it. Meet your enemies, they gon' be like, remember me? It's gon' take a running up on you to jog your memory. Never been one to beef, I want everybody to eat. I want all my peers to succeed, but you'd rather feed me deceit. Be careful with what you sow, cause that'll be what you reap. Hatred is woo-woo world, that's what you breed in your seed. I feel like a father, son in all you, guess this a reprimand. You want the cancer, get the smoke from the second hand. But wait, as an artist, we really need to do better, man. I might have my faults, but I seek God to be a better man. Tell me something, why don't you know you can't tell me nothing?
Okay. So, before we get to
that verse I liked. That verse I liked.
Was fucking great. Now,
that verse I liked.
Here's the thing. We actually did not like this guy in the actual Poppin' Challenge because we couldn't understand him. So, I understood everything he said there, even without the subtitles.
Yeah,
so this is the best verse on this cipher so far. This is a straight up 10. This was the.
I don't think I'd go 10, but I would absolutely go 9.
I'll go 9 as well.
This is the best.
I'll go 9.5.
This is the best I heard him. Like, this is better than his actual Poppin' Challenge verse. 100%. Because I remember we really didn't like it just because we couldn't hear it. So, yeah, whatever you're doing on here, Dizzy 8, do going forward.
Keep it up, dude.
That was great. That was
good shit.
That was the best I heard him.
Tell me something, why don't you know you can't tell me nothing? 2020, I can see you fronting. It's 2020 now.
Yeah, he's lost me.
Yeah. Getting to the riches, got the weed to switch. It seems the data bitches. That is how they switching. I can't tell the difference. Pussy, what I'm snipping, acting like you hoes. Keyboard get the spitting, fingers get to twitting. Fucking with a shark. Look up below. Really, I'm a dog. Keep out the fence. Looking at a guy. Talking shit, repent. All them were so cheap. Still US and dead. Hoes call me Ralph. Bitches getting wrecked. Feeling like a mouth from another world. Boss been getting strong. She's been doing curls. Saying I ain't again. Okay, ask a girl. She been on my chick and throw with your pearls. Bitch, I was born with the disrespect. Throw a grenade in a racing chest. Snatch your teeth out your mouth to erase the debt. Snatch your wife out your life so you don't forget. I'ma make millions. Bet I got nothing left to say. Better hope I fade. That's not even shit. You know that I'ma stay. Burning down your city, only spitting flames. Hope you hate me when it know it won't change. Tell her kiss my ass, saw it to the pain. Fuck singing names, leave it to you lames. Petty rapping greatest, them to my grave. Aim.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, no.
I'd rate it a 7. It was alright. It wasn't like the best though by a country mile. Not even close.
No, not even close. This guy's trying for the straight speed rap vibe. He's trying for a straight speed rap vibe. Dude, leave that to Hobson.
Dude, here's what I'm gonna say.
Or Tech 9.
When you attempt to put yourself on a pedestal in a compilation song, you just look like an ass.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me.
So I'm giving him a 5. He's the middle ground. He's on the middle.
Well, you're giving
even
him
with
4.
the subtitles, I could not understand what he was talking about.
Oh, I agree, because most of the lyrical structure doesn't make fucking sense.
It was like he was talking nonsense. It's like he was trying to be Eminem, but without the pure shock value, and he's
Eminem without the bass. He's like Dre, but without the beat.
No, he sounds like that fucking dude from the Wild Thornberries. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm still gonna say this. Congratulations to everybody that made it. We're not discrediting that you didn't make it. I didn't like this verse particularly.
I don't get it.
It wasn't.
What are you attempting to push out?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
All right, next guy on this verse. Let's go to him.
That everyone who ever doubted me is gonna see what I've become.
You ain't never seen nobody like I. Turn it to the side, I'ma leave it flat line. Interracial gangbang with the guys with nines, listen at your face like eyes. When I let a punchline hit, I can speak blood out like I bit my lip. I can speak Snoop Dogg to a song with Crip, no gangs, but I'm popping from my clicks. Now I know they like it when I switch.
I'm Nintendo with a Caitlyn chick, and I lay with chicks, and I'm blazing with mayonnaise and weed, and I'm saying this like I'm flaming with.
Blow me up, be on in you, bro. See, I'm slowly promoting my motion and oceans. I'm only showing the mic that I'm holding. A mic in the pins when I strike with it's rolling. 6 seconds in, clip empty. Gatsby, several rappers in the. First gave me the full little dizzy. Over 90 people, they get a from
all right, this may got the 10. Oh, I love this scheme already.
Cold, they organ, officially trip my brother for the color on my skin. G, me and 2 big things. Then we had a kid. He sleep on mine, then I let him in a quizzy. When you in a patch of the dead, don't tip me. You don't want to see me when I'm moody, cause I face like a Sunni. I say, assalamu alaikum, put a piece into a goofy, and that's word to my umi. If you ever try to shoot me, you gon' see 100 goofies that is popping. I'm a rhyming down, and I've been starving. Kelly Clarkson, I'm already gone. It's the sergeant. Hold up, let me park it like stop. So myself.
All right.
In a slot on the I pop like 100,000 watts. I'ma leave him on the shot. Could I be without a job? I don't really need a pose. I'ma make it to the top. And I do not mean no disrespect when I say this either. I will ask the time KSI for the fucking feature.
Yeah, holy oh man.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. This is the guy that does the speed rap right. Oh boy. That scheme was wild. Dude, he got everybody in there. Everybody that was in the top 13, he did a whole scheme with them. With their names. That's nuts. He did a crypt. Oh man, yeah, that's a 10 for me. That was hard. That was the best one so far. Holy shit. Casey, what do you think of that? Maybe you have a different opinion, but I thought that was
a very different opinion.
Go ahead.
This guy's lucky to get a 3 from me.
Really?
Go ahead.
Because it just seems like more of what Homeboy just before him was doing.
That's true.
Okay.
No, he's right.
You know what? I don't. Well, here's why I don't agree. He had first off, the guy had a similar tone to me, where the guy at least flipped up his tone and gave his verse personality. I actually sensed a lot of Tech 9 with that. Not saying he is Tech 9.
He's still just putting himself on a pedestal over everybody else.
No, Casey's right. Casey's right. I'm gonna have to drop my score. He's right.
I don't think so. He fucking got everybody in there and talked positively about them. Did a whole scheme. He did a whole scheme with them.
I didn't catch any positivity in there.
I caught it.
Regardless, I'll just give it a 10.
All right, so
at least he was able to slow down a little bit of what he's saying instead of just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I actually really enjoyed that.
Gotta teach their own, brother.
So I give it a 10. Nikos gives it a 10. Mike, what do you give it? Because I know
I'm probably gonna have to give it either a 5 or a 6. Probably a 5.5.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like, it's not
I don't
bad.
know.
It's just.
You know what the problem is? Maybe it's the fact that he went right after the guy that did the fast rap, and he also did a fast rap. That might have been the problem. Because I thought it was something different, to be honest. But fair enough. All right, here comes the one.
Quarantine got you laid over. I stay over. Everybody said I'm on one like Drake told you. I don't quit on motherfuckers.
And you already lose points in my book.
When I needed them, so them days over. I do damage with passion, work in the ethic, embarrass your artificers, take care of you with a presence I'm on. I've been on it since adolescence, progressing in parable. In my section, could give a fuck by your race where you from.
Yeah, and he didn't even. This dude clearly didn't give a shit. I'm sorry, this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just, instead of saying the numbers, just show it on your hand.
Holy shit. I give it a 1. I don't know if people are giving it just a straight up goose egg. I'm just going off the friggin'. I'm giving it
that wasn't even an attempt. That sounds like he did it in like 10 minutes.
Dude,
it's not a rap.
Dude, it was bullshit. Like, he gave no fucking effort.
I've heard better flow from my fucking septic tank.
That was horrid. Casey, I couldn't hear you or see you. I assume you agree. That was trash compared to the other.
was
utter trash.
He gave him a big fuck you, number one.
Dude, right. And the thing is, I understand, like, again, this is one of those guys that before he got that microphone, I really hope Crip didn't pay for that fucking microphone because he did his verse without the microphone and shit. And, like, everyone was wondering why he was in the top 13. I hate to be that guy, but everybody was wondering when there was, like, 3 other guys better than him, and JJ picked him. I don't get it. But anyway, 100 Koofies. This guy, I think Casey's gonna like because Mike, I know you like him and I like him.
I thought it was good. I just think it was a lot of the same stuff. But let's just go for it.
This is Koofies. 100 Koofy.
You mean Koofy?
Yeah, 100 Koofy.
Koofies. Hey, Lotto. I'm about to ride the fuck out of this beat right here, no, for real. Excuse me, miss, I don't really wanna do this shit, but if my music is not amusing enough for you, I guess I gotta shoot you, bitch. Stupid trick, make you disappear like a stupid trick. Goofy, go and put a roofie in your smoothie, makes you bougie, bitch. I'm truly sick, losing it out of my mind, reading these lines like a movie script. I'm cruising, bitch, bon voyage, riding that wave like a moving ship. Rat-tat-tat-tat, that be the sound of the Mac when I'm letting that truly spit. Matter of fact, a lot of these niggas can rap, but these niggas ain't doing shit. Who is this? He's not a factor, he's just a rapper. Nobody knows, but nobody knows. This is the rapper that murdered the game on the day he came home, reclaiming his throne, taking the building, ready to kill. He's ready to smoke. Let it be known. Like what's a bitch, I'm just waiting to bone. Like give us some more. And what's the chance of that? I got a better chance to grams of crack. To a fiend that's 10 years clean, and she's still trying to keep that monkey off her back. There's a fact we don't rap, but like, so if you grab the mic, then I'll advise you put it back. Keep acting like you the nicest. I'ma take your life and put it in my book of raps, and that's that.
As I lay me down to sleep,
It's alright. He's definitely a lot better than the guys that were like. Maybe this is what it. Maybe the problem is we're reading this as if it's like they weren't supposed to flex about themselves because technically it is kind of.
Listen, rap is primarily about flexing for what you got, but there's a differentiation between flexing and just generally trying to get yourself over.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a flex and there's a difference between attempting to get yourself over. And I can tell you right now, it did not work. It just
I like 100 Koofies.
I'm giving it a 3.
Really?
I'm giving it a this.
Well, I don't know what yours. Nikos, I can't really.
1,
say, so.
2, 3.
It's a 3. I'm
with them.
It's a lot of this. Listen, everybody's trying to be No. Here's the whole thing. Everybody is trying to be, so far in this, a Tech 9. Instead of creating a lyrical structure with some intrigue and some different stuff, I think the kids still did it the best.
Leo and disagree. Yeah. Leo, Gats, and the other guy that you guys might not like, I disagree. I don't think they would. I think they tried.
No, I thought Gats was good. I thought Gats, but Gats wasn't But Gats was being himself. He wasn't trying to front.
Right.
This is from 3 back from till now. They're all fronting.
I don't know about Leo. Leo ain't fronting. Leo wasn't fronting. Gats definitely wasn't. Desi 8, he was fronting, but not.
Desi 8, I like. Desi 8's really the only guy I absolutely like thus far.
Oh, agreed.
You don't like Leo? You didn't like Leo?
Is that? He's too. He's a little out there for me to follow.
Well, it is UK grind. So, all right, let's move on and let's be quick about this because I do have to wrap up soon. So.
That everyone who ever doubted me is gonna see what I've become.
One thing means man are getting killed on track. Start running for the hills and start building camps. Go Fortnite building ramps, saving the game, Gordon Banks. I don't wanna hear talking back. There's no one as bad as you. Get wrapped on tracks and that's the truth. I come through with bars on bars and bars. fans. Starting to look like Magaluf, not starting to look like Malia. I'll be doing that shit that you cannot do, and then I capture that shit on a camera. Bet you find a new avenue, the El Capitan, I'm the manager. I free fall from the sky with no parachute through your window and land on the passenger. But listen, I get ready in no position to stare at shit on the rap for business. I get them, if we can roll, there ain't no competition. I'm up in this bitch on the floor, put so much strikes on myself, cause I've been so official. I get them, I didn't want this, but this my religion, so fuck him, man. Any you bitch, you can get it, you didn't want listen, but now you gon' listen to killer. I'm out on a mission, I'm hunting them down. It's so animalistic and understand it, cannot run with these written, and this ain't no test, I'm practicing with him. Imagine I was always passionate with it, I'm back and I get him attacking the victim and Bill on his way, well to stack a million.
5? It's alright.
I'm saying 3.5.
That was alright.
I'd give it a 2.
What about you, Nikos?
Keep in mind, Nikos, I don't think you can see us right now.
Yeah, I can't see you.
Dose.
Okay.
2. It's not great.
For me, it's a 5. It's
not good. It's not memorable.
Let's get it poppin', I'll get to poppin' the populace. I popcorn trying to pop out cause I'm
Wait a
popular. I pop.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Nikos, is that you in the fridge?
What the fuck is happening?
Stop with the fucking bird. I'm really confused.
Wait, what?
So he does a Shao Kahn laugh. Then he opens the fridge.
Yep.
Trying to
Why am I in
pop
this
out
music
cause
video? What are you doing?
pop guns. When it populate, you full of poppycock. Your bitch say poppy, let's repopulate the party popper. Yeah. Pulling something in your venue, cause if you ain't eating with me, you certainly on the menu. Got a hand in everything. Don't know what I can do. One touch will get your fingers sent back to who sent you. I'm the winner you don't want. When it comes to the keys, I'm Mozart. I'm crack digger. Every time I fly for the money, when it comes to it, I go Bogart. You niggas got no heart. Let it full spark from a go-kart. Cause it ain't nothing to pull up on you. Then I'll tell you again, I don't care to be none of you friends. I'm making speed, making you with your ends. I'll beat you the remix and beat you again. My paper don't do it while I'm on the band. You niggas the same. We're using cans. Shaking a 10, 6 get a 10. So I let the thing fire and listen to it. Don't pay attention to the money you spend. All of your mind, opinion or rent. I'll be killing these niggas, don't never forget it. The greatest to drip, everything get wet. Shit get foul with the tech and a man. My nigga, this shit I wreck the pawn. Get check the forecast, you get rain pawn. I get sent to the great beyond and the pain is gone. I know there's some funny shit.
I will get to Crypt in a minute, but wow. That was weird. If it was pure comedy, this is like a 7. That was pretty humorous.
4.5.
Yeah, that was as far as bars, I'd say.
I'm with Nikos.
I'm gonna say a 4.5 too.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
it just comes out of nowhere where he starts filming in the fridge, and I'm like, why the fuck is he in the fridge? Why does he have a parakeet?
With a parakeet.
Is he high?
Why do you say that looked like me in the fridge? Like, what?
I don't know, man. All right, let's get to the last verse. The man who won the challenge, Big Boy Crypt.
And the pain is gone.
I know funny shit going for this competition, and it made me laugh. People said that I'm too famous to enter it, and I'm just chasing the bag. That's cap. Cause before this shit, I was nothing but a reactor. People laughing at me cause I call myself a rapper. But the second I'm a competitor, everybody sweating me. Suddenly I'm too famous, such a backup. You should pay for the feature. They think that I make enough money to, cause my name has to reach to attract some people. But y'all don't know that I work 2 jobs just to fucking eat. So back off. You don't know me, dog. I'm humble, but then they should humble you all. I won this competition, but I know that everybody killed it, so I brought them along. We all eating, I spread the love, cause we all dreaming when it's like a buzz. I always wanna help with this, so someone else in my position and really give a fuck. They say that I'm known, but y'all don't know me. Cause my own true fan base knows that I put others before me. How dare you try to shit on me like I didn't deserve this shit. I started from where you did. Don't discredit all my work I did. I grinded in the earned it when I learned to spit, and I'm still working every.
You ever want to see what it would look like to watch a YouTube video on
drugs? And I reach out, chance that I can. Everybody on this track, what got you until the end through this challenge? Y'all made me a permanent fan.
As I lay me down to sleep, I pray to the Lord above. Everyone who's ever doubted me is gonna see what I become.
The fuck is that big puff ball that he's talking into?
I have no idea.
Why does it look like that he found a snowball and colored it gray?
Well, at the end of the day,
I'm gonna give that was a good verse. Good way to close it out. I'm gonna give that a solid 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8 too.
8 as well.
I'll give it a 9.
obviously, congratulations to Crip. Congratulations to the people that did make the top 13, rather, even though maybe some verses on this were less to be desired.
Obviously.
A lot of them.
But hey, at the end of the day, you know, Crip is definitely a humble man. That's
Listen,
I'm sure,
at the end of the day, we better hope that some of these fools don't get rap careers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they technically already have a career. Technically speaking, KSI kind of made them. But anyway, I digress. We're going to wrap it up here. That's pretty much everything. We already did the game of the week, I'm pretty sure as well. Mike, you already kind of mentioned it. Yep. So, with that being said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, favorite, share on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you comment what you thought of today's show in the comment section down below, so that way the algorithm actually shows that we're an up-and-coming podcast, because that would be good. And I found out about how algorithms work today. So please do that. And until next time,
boys and girls, let's give the salute. Give the salute.
Yes.
And we'll see you folks in the next episode. You have been here on the J Heaver side.
Yes.
We love it when a plan comes together.
I was about to say. Come on,
love
man.
it when a plan comes together.
Love it when a plan comes together. Damn right.
Just leave the driving to me.
What the fuck are you doing here? Go home. These motherfuckers old, dude.